Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series. But you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call. Hey, Stew Sells Team's followers, I am just finishing my coffee out here on this balcony of our brand new listing. Now look, I keep saying it, I'm gonna say it again. The Bank of Canada is cutting interest rates. It is going to turn back to a seller's market. So you gotta get in, and we are in this amazing condo that you can get into the market. We're $600,000, we're 2 bedrooms, we're a den, we're 2 bathrooms, totally renovated. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to pick up a roller and paint. It's all been done. The den is a perfect home office. We have these gorgeous wide plank floors, brand new kitchen. The cabinetry is so cool. The grain of the wood actually follows itself. These sellers have taken a lot of time with detail, quartz counters, gorgeous walk-in glass shower in one of the bathrooms, stone floor, beautiful extra big master bedroom with a 4-piece ensuite, big walk-in closet. These owners built this huge storage unit, a ton of storage. We're in a great building. It's got a gym, party room, really nice amenities on the main floor. And you know what? Up and away. We're right at the Up Express in Weston. Look, go to stewsells.ca, see all the photos and videos, and give me Stu a call for a personal tour. Hey, all you curling fans sitting at home watching the Stew Sells Toronto Tankard here at stewcurls.com. Look, High Park's just down the road. We're here in the Junction. If you bring the map card with you, come to Caribou Gifts and start your Christmas shopping early and get some great gifts for the family. Welcome to the Stew Sells team's brand new listing. And you know what? You are not going to find condos like this in the city anymore, because when they built these, they built them for living. Rosedale Valley Road and the Rosedale Valley, it's beautiful. So check it out. We've got 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Check out this beautiful den office space. You actually have a dining room where you can have dinner, not a little island you're in your bar stool cramped in. Gorgeous large eating kitchen, ton of storage, 2 beautiful bathrooms. Check out this gorgeous parquet floor. Such a great location. So look, go to stewsells.ca, see all the photos, the videos, and give me Stu a call for a personal tour. Hey, curling fans at High Park and sitting at home watching the Stew Sells Toronto Tankard at stewcurls.com. Look, after the game, we're just up the road from High Park. Come to my house in the Junction, have a cocktail, have a late night snack, and talk about the game. Hey, Stew Sells team's followers, we are here at our brand new listing, which is right behind me. We are bringing this gorgeous 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo to market. And you know what? I don't want to hear it any more from you people saying, oh, I can't get in the market, everything's so expensive. We're bringing a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo to the market for $619,000. So you know what I always say? Stop flushing your money down the toilet and renting when you can buy and get into the market. It's gorgeous. It's got beautiful laminate floors, brand new kitchen, gorgeous bathroom, huge balcony that looks south, looks all over the city. It's a great view. It's got a ton of room. It's got an open concept living, dining area, eating kitchen. What more do you want to get in the market? And look, this park comes with it. You've got this park, you've got this tennis court, you got an outdoor pool, you got a gym, you got a party room. It's like being a Club Med. So look, stop renting and get in the market. Go to stewsells.ca, see all the photos, the videos, and give me Stu a call for a personal tour. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to StuCurls.com to watch this amazing Stu Sells Tankard curling. Grab a glass of wine and watch some more. We are here at the RBC Bloor West Village branch, and I'm here with two of their best mortgage brokers, Keith Joel and Dave Thompson. RBC has been an amazing sponsor of my curling season for about 10 years. And Keith, why is it so important to be involved in the community and sponsor youth sports?
First of all, Stuart, it's been a fantastic 10 years. I'm so happy to be involved, and so is RBC. We enjoy being out there, meeting all the curlers, and having a lot of fun along the way. So thanks for that.
I just want to say I'm with you. I'm a big supporter of the community, and I just want to let everyone know all my mortgages with RBC, all my accounts are with RBC. It's an amazing bank. These are great mortgage brokers. So look, go to rbc.com and come into the Bloor West Village branch and visit these great guys. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to StuCurls.com to watch this amazing Stu Sells Tankard curling. Grab a glass of wine and watch some more.
25. Yep.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. We are here for the 9:30 draw, and we are watching currently on sheet 2, just the start of sheet 1, end 1. Team Hasselborg from Sweden and Team Armstrong from Ontario, right here out of High Park. My name's Kevin Hogan, and I'm here joined by a great curler in his own right, Michael Walsh.
Hello, everybody.
And again, that's the Stu Sells Tankard, hosted at the High Park Club, a great place for curling. And if you can't make it, there's games all weekend. We're starting 3 rocks in, I should say, into end 1. And we just see a delivery here from Team Armstrong.
Yeah, Alice Holyoke getting one into the rings. Looks like they're working on it early. Going to hold the line.
It looks like that's going to slip in just in the house.
Maybe just over curl just a hair.
That one yellow on the right is open there, Mike. I think we're going to see a hit here.
Yeah, really fun game we have. 2 High Park natives with us today. Both the Holyokes are local here. And against a pretty strong Swedish team. Probably one of the most decorated curlers in
to come out of Sweden?
All time.
And if you're listening to the 6:30 broadcast there, I believe Evelyn Robert is the daughter of Steve Robert, my former co-commentator, who may be joining us a little bit later. But we look, as we see a textbook hit here. I think they wanted a bit more flop out of that.
Yeah.
For everyone watching at home, Team Hasselborg is skipped by Anna Hasselborg. Their vice is Sarah McManus. Their second is Agnes, and I apologize if I get this wrong, Knockenhauer, and lead Sophia Mabergs. Team Armstrong is skipped by Hailey Armstrong, followed by vice Grace Holyoke. Their second is Evelyn Robert, and the lead is Alice Holyoke, sister to Grace Holyoke.
Yeah, like to see it.
And just as a reminder to everyone tuning in, a few rules here. There's a no-tick rule, which is pretty standard. In this competition, there is no time clock, so we do see a bit of deliberation amongst the team because they're not pressed for time, but each time does have a single timeout for about 60 seconds where they can bring a coach as well as an alternate out to discuss a shot. And one unique feature of the High Park Curling Club, if you haven't been here, is our overlapping sheets. So where sheets meet in the middle, there's actually about 1 foot of overlap between them. And the reasoning for that is this club was started back in 1911. The area where we see curling today used to be a curling rink. Originally, the curling was done on Grenadier Pond, but things have changed, and they decided to bring that indoors, and it wasn't quite enough space to fit 5 sheets, but we made it happen.
A little bit of creative thinking there.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a round peg in a square hole type situation.
Yep.
But we're going to see a takeout here from Evelyn. And I got to think they're looking for a bit of a flop here, Mike.
Two yellows in play. High guard up top. Armstrong with the hammer here, trying to secure the 2. So let's see. Shot call.
And for people at home, if you have hammer, you try to score 2 points in an end. If you don't have hammer, you're trying to steal 1.
Yeah. Based on where that broom is, I think we're going to see quite a bit of weight on this one here.
We like to see communication up here, making sure that everyone on the team is on the same path with the expected outcome of the shot. I think we're looking for a little bit of a roll under those rocks.
Oh, that's exactly what they wanted.
Nice shot there.
Very good. How's your Swedish, Kev?
You know what? Not very good. That might surprise you. But definitely not at a level where I can understand, although I did commentate on this team on Friday, and I did understand that they use the word peel.
Oh.
So I got that covered.
Definitely.
One thing I do like about the Stu Cells Tankard and seeing international teams play is right here we have 11 countries covered, and I do like hearing the different yells in each language to make sure that everything is interesting and whoa, or at least some form of it is the same in each. And Armstrong is having a bit of a think here, thinking about what to do.
Definitely trying to address that blue rock. Yeah.
It looks like they're looking to come in and around, maybe with a bit of weight, and hit that and get a bit of separation between the yellows. Would you say that's fair, Mike?
Yeah, probably just something soft. Hopefully you can take advantage of these curling rocks. Lump it in there.
Grace is a member here at High Park and is familiar with the ice. She's out here a few nights a week.
Definitely. I think she made the ice a few times.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen her out here this year, but I've definitely seen her out there on the ice.
Great shot.
Great shot. And a good sweep here out the back of the house. And a little look just to confirm which rocks are shot.
Yeah.
We have a bit of a benefit being able to see the overhead here, so I don't know about you, but it looks like yellow's sitting at least 1.
Yeah.
But it is real tight.
Good close up on our good friend Stu's face.
Who is one of our sponsors, and I think this is a good time to give a shout out to the sponsors of the Stu Cells Toronto Tankard. Of course, there's Stu Cells Realty Team, Stuart Sankey, who's the title sponsor of this event. We got Close Concepts Electrical, Carl Close, Tommy Gunn's Original Barbershop by Patrick Morris, as well as Keith Joel Mortgage Brokers by Keith Joel.
Great name. Carl Kloss, a local Toronto curler, actually curls out of, I believe, the Royals. Awesome guy. He came on the mic last night.
Excellent. And fun fact about the Royals in High Park, every year we have a competitive bonspiel where we play against each other. And of course, points matter and are very important. And one club emerges to be the best club in Toronto.
Yeah. Big shot here. Looking to get inside of the stone.
Move some granite, and I think they're looking for a double here. Let's see how this shapes up.
Wow.
Nice shot. And of course, we're waiting for that to cross the tee line to sweep it back out.
Wow. Yes, that's a really good shot.
Now, is that the kind of shot you expect on your club curling team, Mike?
Yeah, the fans in the stands are playing ends tonight. You're not familiar with that game? Come on down to High Park, try it out.
Yeah, it's a fun game. I definitely had a card watching last game and had a bit of a scare, but I was watching the wrong sheet.
Yep. You know what to say, win or lose, you're going to get some booze.
I've not heard that one before.
When you're on me, and I'll teach you all the good stuff. Looks like we're trying to tuck one in here.
I think it's going to hit it a bit full.
Yeah. Going over blue. Still sitting shot. A lot of rocks in the rings, though.
The question is does that yellow outshoot the blue biting the 12 on the other side? And judging from the call for this hit, I think Team Hasselborg thinks it does.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, you got to start clearing out some of these yellows. Sitting 2 is going to allow you to push for a strong force, maybe even a steal. But as High Park people, fans of High Park curlers, we are biased and rooting for Team Armstrong.
I'm just here for the good curling, Mike.
Ja, curlade mycket. Så curlade lite mindre längre ut. Vi spelar en ny halva.
I think they're looking for a roll, maybe get back to center with this.
Yep.
Get behind cover and put a little pressure on Armstrong to make a draw. Cleaning the rock well here. And after this shot, or after this end, we'll take you around the horn to let you know who's playing on all the other sheets. But in the meantime, let's watch this shot. Good release here. Good rotation.
Oh, wow. Really good shot early on. High level of precision. Tough situation for Armstrong here.
Definitely putting pressure on.
Yeah.
Want to make sure that you're always putting pressure on the opposing skip. I will tell you that even though they say the open draw for 1 is the hardest shot in curling, drawing against multiple points in the house always gives me a bit of a pause.
Yeah, a couple options here. You can tuck one in behind it. You can play the freeze. Both are okay. I think if you play the freeze, then you do open up an opportunity for them to huck another one in there.
Although this is last rock, Mike.
Oh, it is. Well, then
I think the hit here is a little bit risky unless you're trying to slash for 2.
Okay. Well, no point to test the.
What would you throw here, Mike, if you were asking me to call the game or call the shot?
Yeah, whatever you have confidence in right now. If you feel like draw weight's in the back pocket, you can lump one in there. But if you're not feeling that, then I guess the hit and roll is okay too. Got roll quite a bit over.
Yeah, I think even if you catch it on the high side, you might be tough to get the biting the 8. I think you need to hit it pretty thin to get that roll. Maybe they're looking for a double here to try and sneak 2 out of this first end. If you're going to try something risky, the first end is generally the time to try that.
Yeah, good effort.
Ska vi försöka sätta det?
Jag tycker draget.
I think we miscalculated here, Kevy.
I was going by the rock count there.
Yeah.
And by all accounts, this end should be done. But I guess that was Armstrong's first stone. So Hasselborg has to draw here. They'll be sitting 2. That's a bit of pressure. That yellow actually takes away the draw path and narrows up the score.
2 rocks to come.
Yeah, viewers, that is our apology. We're up here in the skybox. It makes the home end a little hard to see, and I'll be honest with you, neither Mike and I are exceptional at counting.
Yeah, it's definitely not on the resume. Looks like Hasselberg is going to try to loop another one in here. Good opportunity at basically a free draw here.
Armstrong still does have 1, but it does make it tough to get 2 if Hasselborg is able to place one nicely in the house here. And I'll remind the viewers at home, although I'm sure you're all expert armchair curlers and calling incredible shots at the club level, when you have hammer, you do want to score 2 points at minimum. That's how you maximize it. And if you don't have hammer, your goal is to steal 1 here. I think we're going to see this come in top 4 behind that yellow.
Yeah, good shot.
Making it tough to get 2 here, and I think Armstrong is just going to throw the draw to try and secure 1.
Yeah, got to touch a little bit of that 4-foot ring here.
There's a lot of real estate available there.
Yeah, some
I'm
people
sure
would say 4 feet.
Yeah, I would argue it's some of the toughest 4 feet in curling. But if Stucell's Realty team was out there directing them, they would definitely secure that draw.
Close the deal.
Nice slide here. Good release. Lots of rotation.
Yeah, working on it early.
Yeah. And in this case, the front of the 4, the back of the 4, all counts the same. But that's really moving, and I think it looks like it might come up a little light here.
Yeah. Yeah, not the outcome we were looking for.
Bit of a tough start here, but as they rack the rocks, we're going to head to commercial break, and then we'll take you around the horn to let you know who else is playing on these sheets.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series. But you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Goldline's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Goldline.
It's a Goldline.
It's a Goldline.
And it's the choice of champions.
Ja. Jag tänkte på det, när jag tränade här, då kunde man, alltså då när jag drog hitåt, då var det ett ordentligt slut när man kom nära frifotskanten. Var det ju.
Back to the fun here. Looks like a good center line guard setup. Alice trying to tuck one in behind. Grace working on it early. Settle down, partner.
De har ju mycket snurr. Vi har Alice. Ja, det är därför deras hoppar är.
Just slide to the back of the house there.
Ja, den. Ja.
With the lead. Kind of pondering a couple options here, looking like they're playing the draw. Welcome back, Kevin.
So, Mike, did you take them on a tour around the club here of who's on the ice?
No, I was just admiring some solid lead play.
You know, that's ever so important on a team. Yeah. I feel like leads set up the foundation for a great end.
Yeah. No, you can definitely get caught chasing early. Alice with another kick at the can here. Trying to loop another one in. It's looking good on this one. Alice working a little bit early. The weight coming off, this thing should get some pretty good movement on it.
They're on it early. It's coming in hard. And it looks like it's going to be just by. Is it just me, or did you hear some granite rub together there, Mike?
You could not pass a piece of paper between those two rocks. Here we are. Run back action time.
And while we're watching this run back, I'm just going to take you quickly around the rings. On sheet 1, we have Yanagisawa from Japan and Moibroic from Ontario facing off. Of course, on this stream, on sheet 2, we have Hasselborg versus Armstrong. On sheet 3, we have Hirata from Japan versus Craik from Scotland. And on sheet 4, we have Jeong from Korea and Smith from Newfoundland. Sheet 5, we have Purcell from Nova Scotia and King from Ontario.
That's right. Jaden King, the pride of Tillsonburg.
Is that so? Have you played with them?
Yeah, definitely. Probably one of the top guys to come out. Oh.
Jo, jag hörde wow, nära, ja, nej, och så ja.
And we'll try to keep you updated on the scores as they proceed. Of course, on curlingzone.com, you can view all of the live score updates.
Good opportunity here if we can loop another one in. Looks like this one's skating a little bit. Alice going into carve mode.
I think that's going to be right on that back yellow there.
Yeah, that's a nice line. Imagine we're probably going to go demolition man on the front here.
Are we going to see some granite fly, Mike?
Everybody loves a good explosion.
I mean, Mike, I know you curl competitively, or curl a lot anyways. I got to ask, going into the first end, having the other team steal 2 against you, how worried are you with the start of that?
If there's ever a time to give up 2, it's the first end. There's so much curling to be left to play, so. Cool shot on sheet 3. And there's a guy who's holding a 1 blue. I feel safe.
And sorry for the viewers at home. There's a bit of ends actioning happen here. It's been passed into the skybox here at the High Park Club in Toronto. And while we are commentating and watching great curling across all the sheets, one of these commentators is holding a little bit more of a risky card for ends than the other. But back to 2, we see Hasselborg discussing the shot here. And again, there's no time clock, so the pressure to make a decision is lessened a little bit here. Last game in 6:30 that we were watching and commenting on, we didn't see any calls for coaching. We have a lot of curling left, as Mike said earlier, so we will see whether or not that matters. And it looks like we're having a bit of a house party here, Mike. The team coming down to discuss the shot.
Love a house party. So to everybody at home, please go to stewcurls.com for your updates. Again, that is stewcurls.com for all your curling updates. Kevy, would you call this the Swedish House Mafia?
Oh, that is a good one. I'll give you a clap there, Mike. If we had licensed music, that's what I'd cut to right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't, and I'm not even going to attempt that. If you're unfamiliar with them, look them up on your favorite streaming music provider. But it looks like we have a timeout here. Hasselborg calling in their coach and using their one single one. I believe this lasts for 60 seconds. And we're going to try to capture a little bit more of that.
Nej, det fanns. Alltså, det är ändå så här mycket mellan. Alltså så här, om vi bajsar linan. Jag gillar inte den. Bajsar vi linan så har vi rörelse där. Den ser lättare ut härifrån än vad det gör där. Jag tycker också att det är, alltså bajsar. Vad sa du? Ja. Ja, det är det. Den är apatunt såklart. Men sin... Ja.
Den tjocka är svårare.
It does look like the symbol for peel is the same in English and Swedish. A broom held above the head with hands, or not peel, sorry, a tap. Hands separated a little bit here.
Det är bara så här, jag tror också att vi har relativt, alltså Hagan, det räcker med att flytta den dit så att vi bara får...
Det är snortunn, men alltså det är klart att många gånger så sticker det fast.
Om vi gör den och de lägger gadden.
Men då har vi i alla fall singel, då kan jag svara skjuta i alla fall.
I agree.
Du har den där, Hagan.
I didn't know you're a man of culture.
Been doing IKEA before.
And of course, we see the front end and the vice of Team Armstrong kind of waiting by, watching as that discussion is happening. But it looks like we're going to peel those 2 blues. And we're going to see, but one of my favorite shots in curling, a peel and making granite fly.
Smashy, smashy.
Do you have an over-under for what she's throwing here? I don't have my stopwatch, but I think the people at home might be able to time it.
It looks like really, really fast.
Great shot.
Sorry.
Rolling both out. A bit of spill over there.
Yeah, sorry. That was mine.
Oh. That is a lot of weight. Nice shot.
Now, I think we've seen some great weight, or some great high level curling across all the sheets here.
Armstrong, got to put a good guard in place here.
Placement in line is going to be crucial here, probably a bit more so than weight. Yeah. And we have Evelyn Robert throwing what looks like a good rock from the skybox.
Yeah. I think this is a really underrated shot because you only get a couple feet on either side of it, so you're not dialed in on the line.
Well, especially with how open the front of the house is here. Yeah. We're going to see them pull it over a bit.
That's a great shot.
Do you think because they're sisters, they sweep better together than the rest of us who are just friends on the ice?
I think that only applies to twins.
Twin
thing.
It looks like we're going to try to get that great yellow guard thrown by Evelyn Robert peeled here. Maybe they're hoping to get a bit of a run back and remove some granite that's in the house.
Yeah.
Because having 3 rocks in the house is a lot of pressure.
Here comes the rocket. Oof. Just feeling that. Try to replace. I mean, really, in this situation, Kev, you got to be thinking to create separation between the rocks and the rings and the guard that you're putting up there, because the level of accuracy that these guys can throw with that up weight makes it really difficult to hide.
Yeah, I think, you know, if we see another perfect guard or great guard like was just thrown.
I think we need a little bit higher on this next one.
Yeah, you're thinking putting it in the 1 territory?
That would, maybe not a 1, but a little bit higher up there to create some separation.
It looks like that rock really needs to curl here.
Nope. Walk on over.
And it's coming across center.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to end up in a great spot.
Yeah, you like to see it.
And, you know, it being on that side and having the outside of that rock a little bit exposed isn't bad because, of course, if you hit that yellow in the top 4 on the outside, it's not going to do any damage to those sitting in the back.
Yeah, really you want that to be over a little bit more, because if you can make the run back more natural to be closer to nose, then it's going to leave a guard up front. Here, you can probably clip it back one and roll out.
That is a great point, Mike.
Still a tough shot, though.
And we saw the other turn on this one, and I think it's going to catch it outside and just clear the front.
Yeah.
And I suspect if I had money to bet here, we're going to see a guard put back.
Yeah. Grace with another kick out of here.
Would you ever consider throwing the freeze here, Mike?
Probably not.
That was just a test.
Yeah. Unless you want to see a rock blow up.
Great release. Good rotation here.
Yeah. Look, we're trying to bring this one in a little bit closer. Maybe get a biter out of it.
Mycket finish här hennes förra också.
I think they really need to bring that over here, Mike. Because if you leave that in the wrong position, it gives you a natural run back that potentially opens up, to multiple rocks falling out of the house, or flying out of the house, I should say. So I think we're going to see another big weight shot here. The question is, what are they looking to hit? What are they looking to move? And just like last time when we were looking at that triple-double in the previous game, whoever has their finger on the replay button better be keeping it real close.
Is triple-double your Tim Hortons order?
You know what? It is now.
Man of the milk.
The one good thing I love about sitting up here and commentating and looking down is I don't actually have to throw these shots. I can talk about it. But there's always something daunting looking at the house and seeing 4 of your opponent's rocks in scoring position. Armstrong does have the hammer here as well.
Yeah. Probably a couple options here. If you play just a hair on the center line side, we're going to hopefully be able to move a few of the opponent's stones. Downside of that is you're going to leave it.
Do you think you could get all 4 here, Mike? And maybe not just you. Maybe this is the royal you.
In my mind, yes. In reality, probably not.
Well, the famous Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott once said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take."
Great show. All right.
Some good cleaning of the rock, making sure that there is nothing under the running surface. You don't want to see a pick. We saw a pick in the game.
Yeah.
We were commentating on at 6:30 tonight. So expect to see big weight and granite fly, and we're going to let you just watch this and take it in.
Yeah, here comes the boom. Nice shot. Removing 2, having a blue in play. Yep.
Do you think they were hoping to catch a little bit more here?
I think that over curled just a hair on him, but outcome not terrible. Looking a little bit better than what we were. Good opportunity for Team Armstrong to hoop another one in there.
Skjuter den där blå då? Få bort så mycket vi kan?
Ja, 100%. Tänker du auto eller?
Kommer den inte runt så
kanske vi kan ha något
flash
så.
kanske. Ja. De kommer runt alltid, va?
Do you ever consider splitting the house here, Mike? Sort of separating out where your yellows are and maybe spreading it out? Or because you have the yellow in the front, you tuck it in behind and use that as a bit of a shield?
So you probably have to imagine if you're not throwing right now, what's the other team going to do? I imagine they're probably going to be taking that draw, trying to tuck it in behind their sitting shot. That would open up the door for them. Or a run back also is potential. So probably based on this, I like the call.
Coming in nicely here.
Yeah.
Got to be careful not to leave too much exposed. Great shot here by Armstrong. Not a lot of separation between those yellows.
Yeah, you'd like to see it.
And you can see a bit of a corner, but it looks like we're going for the run back here. And I assume the reason here, Mike, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we're looking at that is because you get a better angle and potentially separate the yellows versus hitting that top yellow on the button directly.
Yeah, I mean, you get 2 options. One is to try to play a draw down on top of that, or just to do this. You just threw the shot once, so you have a pretty good feel for the line and the weight. So I think we're hoping to smash this just a little hair on the high side, leave a guard in front, and clear those back to yellow.
Great shot here by Hasselborg, knocking loose 2 of those yellows and leaving Armstrong. We're going to see a replay here. What a shot. You got to feel good after doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, good opportunity for Armstrong to get the deuce. Fabulous shot by Hasselborg. How are we looking on the other sheets there, Kevy?
Well, we're approaching the, or a lot of teams are in their 3rd end here. We have Yanagisawa from Japan with 0, and Moybrook from Ontario with 2. And on the sheet we're commentating on, we're going to see some nice contact here, but do we keep that yellow?
Yes,
and yes, we
do.
And right on Stu's nose. To go around the horn to the other sheets, after seeing blue take 2 here and even up the score, heading into the 3rd. On sheet 3.
Hey, all you curling fans sitting at home watching the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard here at StuCurls.com. Look, High Park's just down the road. We're here in the Junction. If you bring the map card with you, come to Caribou Gifts and start your Christmas shopping early and get some great gifts for the family.
Hi, I'm Carl Kloss and I'm the owner of Kloss Concepts. We're an electrical contractor operating in the GTA and Muskoka areas. Kloss Concepts is the proud title sponsor of the Toronto Tankard Series. We would like to wish everybody good luck and happy curling.
What does a super dry taste like?
Let me show you. It's tradition reimagined. Refreshing. Old, yet new. I'm one of a kind. Also, it's super dry. Asahi Super Dry. Beyond expected.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
16-2.
And we're back into just heading into the third end of the Hasselborg Armstrong game here at the High Park Club in Toronto at the Stu Cells Toronto Tankard. I promised I would give you an update about some of the other teams that are on the ice. On sheet 4, we have the Korean team Jeong, and they are up by 1 in the third, with Smith trailing by 1. And we have Purcell of Nova Scotia, who's throwing Blue Rocks, tied with King from Ontario.
A little spicy on that one, Kev.
Yeah, it's always tricky throwing a draw, I find anyways. As my skip, you may have some differing opinions, but leaving Armstrong a little bit of backing here, but I gotta imagine they're looking to get to 4-foot and locking that down early.
I would have to agree. Hopefully Alice can loop another one in here. Practically in front of the tee line. Looks like we're going to the back one.
Coming down, and I think we're going to pop that back blue out a little bit, or give it a bit of separation anyways.
Yeah.
So I think Hasselborg here is looking to put one in the top 4, just take away a bit of that scoring zone.
Yeah. Big shout out to all the High Park Bananas that are watching right now. Please be active in the group chat and support your team. Show some love.
Okej, du kan vara med. 10.
Bara kan.
10.
Bara kan.
Bra fart.
Nice placement here.
Yeah. Probably a little lightweight shot. Try to push that one back, slide over to the middle.
Get a bit more behind cover.
Yeah. Probably would have liked that to be
a little higher.
I think a little more behind the guard.
Yeah.
Little draw tap here.
Vad hade vi isen? Ja. Ja.
I know I say this a lot, but good release, great rotation.
Ja. Det var där ute och härjade.
Here delivery. Oh, here we go.
What a great shot.
Yeah.
Nice little roll, keeping it controlled, and a nice way to get a shot rock here. of course, as a reminder to the people at home, we're going to watch this replay here. Some great sweeping. But as a reminder to the people at home, we are following the no-tick rule for this tournament, which means that for the first 5 rocks, any rock sitting on the center line cannot be moved from that spot, except by your own team. But now that we're approaching the 6th rock here, that can be removed, and that is what they called for.
Looks like we're trying to spill off the top guard here. Roll the shooter onto the rings. Probably hoping to just be a little bit thinner.
Yeah, I gotta imagine a little bit here. I mean, they've been here probably for a little bit while, but how much effect do you think jet lag and time difference plays into this, Mike?
I think the reality is for these teams, they spend a lot of time here in Canada. So probably not as much. I had been told that one of the teams, either from Korea or Japan, came here on pretty short notice. So I imagine that's probably not easy, but you know, a lot of these teams, this is what they do. They're professionals, so something that's managed.
And I think we're going to see a nice guard here. They're really trying to sweep to get that to curl. Some good sweeping form here, and this might be a good time, or where I usually call out our wonderful ice making staff, who's making sure that the surface is playable all weekend, putting in long hours, and making sure that the ice can stand up to the intense sweeping of some of these professional teams. And yeah, so a big thank you to Kevin, not myself, although it sounds like that, Jeff, Gord, and anyone else working on the ice. And a tremendous thank you to all of the staff here at High Park Club for helping make sure this event runs smoothly, including our club manager, Chris, Nika, and our bar staff as well, who are keeping us up here in the skybox well hydrated and making sure that our ends game is extra higher stakes.
Yeah. Nice shout out to Gord. Gord doesn't get enough love. Working it on early here.
That's having a lot of curl here, Mike.
Yeah.
It might catch the back yellow.
That's the goal.
Cool.
Good shot. Yeah, sitting 2.
A little tricky, though. You got 3 yellows sitting in the house there, Mike.
Yeah, it's tough. Those are the back of the rings. So I'm not in a great position, but hopefully we can see a little.
Just look at the footwork on this sweeping, though. Something I aspire to.
Like a young Kevin Hogan.
No, I aspire to sweep anywhere near as effective as that, and I'm sure as my skip, you would agree the same here.
We call you the hummingbird. It's all about
strokes per minute.
Strokes per minute, baby.
Ja. Spelar liksom lite bara fram. Ja.
All right. Little lightweight hit and roll here.
We got Grace in the hack.
So fun fact about Grace, loves to go bowling in England.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that about her.
Huge fan.
Well, I guess bowling and curling are similar, just one doesn't have ice. Oh, so close. Just catching the guard, pushing it over to the side and rolling out. It does open up the front a little bit, though. I got to imagine Hasselborg is going to ask for a guard here.
Tough to say. Guarding it might make it a little bit complicated early on. You might consider splitting that one.
Do you call the tap here or maybe a freeze on the top?
That's a good call, too.
Looks like she's looking to tuck that in behind the guard, split up the rings, and mitigate some of those yellow that are just laying around the house. And I've said it a few times this weekend, you can't score points without rocks in the house. And sometimes those ones that are all around do end up creeping up on you.
Yeah, good point.
Bestäm du, Anna! Lite mer marginal på den.
Eller typ den! Men då lämnar vi. Vi prövar den.
What's that?
Yeah, and it looks
I got
like
one.
we're going to be calling the draw behind cover here. And it's interesting when you see teams without a time clock. There's a lot more discussion, a lot more thought in it, and a little less jumping to making a call here. I think placement's going to be very important on this, but you do have a bit of margin of error for being light and taking away some of that draw path.
Yeah, big draw here, tucking that in there. Good shot here is really going to put a little bit of pressure on her Team Armstrong.
It's going in nicely, but they're calling off the sweeping because it's a little heavy. I think we're going to get a tap here. But that was probably a little heavier than they wanted. And I think we're going to see an attempt at a triple here. At least that's what the broom swinging signaled to me.
I had the out turn.
And Grace does have the advantage of this being her home club.
Vi kommer
Ja.
igen på nästa slag. Vad var det där i kicken? Ja, det var alldeles svårt. Jag flög.
Good throw, great release, holding it along the center line. And we're going to see some granite move. And I don't think that was quite the outcome they were looking for.
No, not the worst, but slides the rock to the back of the rings. I could potentially use it later. Hasselborg, I think electing for the same shot. Tuck one in behind there and
increase the pressure on the end.
Yeah, you might be able to punch all three of those other out there with a nose step. Oh.
A nice guard here, good placement, but it does still leave potentially a triple run back, would you say here? Or a run back double?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to catch on that back yellow. And the shot that you're running in there might be tough to spill that one too.
So at this point, are you working on a little bit of mitigation and trying to put something in the house that's hard to remove by Hasselborg?
Drar.
Ja. Svårt hål.
Ja, men hon har den kan ju bli bra liksom.
Vet du vad som vore, vet du vad vi kan göra då? Kan vi slå?
Looks like a little bit of a conversation here amongst Team Armstrong.
Yeah. Well, I like this call too. If you're feeling confident and you can loop it in there, you can take advantage of those rocks. They're in the front of the rings and leave them with a really tough one. This is an easy shot, but the rocks are curling nicely, so you should have a pretty good amount of margin.
And I think if you freeze on that back blue, you make it really hard for Hasselborg to score more than one here.
Yeah. It's just a draw with backing, right?
Yeah. We make those all the time on Thursday.
Do we?
Well, we try to. I guess there's a reason why we're commentating and not out on the ice. Some early cleaning, getting on it. We're probably going to want to see them pound that rock all the way down.
Gotta move.
Gotta curl.
Gotta curl.
Or at least catch a little bit of that yellow and get into the 4.
Come on, baby, move.
Not quite enough to mitigate the blue in the 8. And it looks like Hasselborg is going to look for a double here.
Yeah. Yeah, really just hoping that thing would have hooked at the end there.
Or at least catch the yellow a little bit thinner and redirect and have a bit more of a spin off.
Cheese dog, as some people might call it.
Yeah, I believe I've heard that term thrown around the club.
Looks committed. She's been pretty dialed on these upweight hits.
You got to hit this yellow a little bit thin here to maximize the amount of force you transfer into that roll. But I don't think Hasselborg's afraid of throwing big weight here.
No, looks like this thing's moving.
Catching it a bit thick. Let's see what happens here. Not quite enough, and that puts Armstrong's rock, negating the one in the back 8. I got to think that makes Armstrong feel a little bit better than they were before that shot was made.
Yeah. I mean, the fear is if they come down and nose that rock, they might be able to hit it into the blue, have it spill over the top and lose the back yellow, which could be a big one. So I'm thinking you probably want to loop another one in there to...
Yeah. Just to mitigate some of your, or hedge your bets, as they say.
Hedge those bets. You know, a big benefit here in the draw is you just threw it, so you should feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah. And while they're discussing the shots, you know, feel free, anyone who's available Sunday or Monday, to come out and watch some great curling here at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard at the High Park Club in Toronto, 100 Indian Road. There's a turkey dinner you can buy tickets to on Sunday night if it's not too late. And there's still lots of space downstairs for people to spectate.
We got a band on.
We do. And we also have the only 2 grass tennis courts east of BC.
Fun fact.
Wait until I tell you about the pickleball we have here.
Oh, boy.
And Armstrong coming out of the hack, looking determined.
Yeah.
Good release, good rotation.
We like the weight on the last one. Working on it pretty early here.
And we got to remember, the last one kind of held its line. And you don't want to oversweep it too much, but being on that back blue isn't bad either. Having a piece, anchoring your yellow to that. And that's coming in quite nicely, maybe a little bit heavier than they wanted.
That's a great shot.
Beautiful. Great setup here. Look at the smile on Armstrong. She knows she made a great shot. And we got Steve Roberts, who, if you're listening here at 6:30, was doing some commentary. His daughter, Evelyn Roberts, is on Team Armstrong. And not only does Hailey Armstrong have a great smile on their face after that shot, but so does Steve, looking down from above. And Hasselborg is looking to come in here and take up some real estate in that 4-foot.
Yeah.
And try to come down maybe a little heavy, knock that blue, and get to Three if you really try, or do you think she's just going for the one here, Mike?
I'm thinking I'd be happy with one. Also throw in 3 monstrous peels back to back to back, coming back and having to touch T-line on the draw. It's the real test.
It's always a tough adjustment to make. That's why we only throw peel on our men's team.
Always peel.
Cool. Well, I do know a little Swedish now. I know peeler and I know one, and that looks like what we scored there. 1 for yellow, bringing Armstrong ahead by 1, and we're going to cut to break.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the Sioux South Toronto Tankard here at StewCurls.com. And all you fans and all you curling teams who are staying in the area, come up to Petty Fine Foods. Lots of great prepared food. You just throw in the oven, cook, eat, and go. And if you show your map card to Stefo, you're gonna get
a free espresso and a complimentary cannoli on the house.
Free! Free! So come on up.
4-letter magic word.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
We are here at the RBC Bloor West Village branch, and I'm here with 2 of their best mortgage brokers, Keith Joel and Dave Thompson. RBC has been an amazing sponsor of my curling season for about 10 years. And Keith, why is it so important to be involved in the community and sponsor youth sports?
First of all, Stuart, it's been a fantastic 10 years. I'm so happy to be involved, and so is RBC. We enjoy being out there, meeting all the curlers, and having a lot of fun along the way. So thanks for that.
I just want to say I'm with you. I'm a big supporter of the community, and I just want to let everyone know all my mortgages with RBC, all my accounts are with RBC. It's an amazing bank. These are great mortgage brokers. So look, go to rbc.com and come into the Bloor West Village branch and visit these great guys.
And we're back in the 4th end. My co-commentator Mike has taken a little bit of a break, and with me I have Steve Robert joining us. If you remember him from the 6:30 commentary, he was my co-commentator and the father of Evelyn Robert, who's the second on Team Armstrong.
Hey, Kevin, great to be back.
I know you're watching, giving us a little bit of feedback on our commentary in the last draw or in the last end. But you have a little bit more riding on this game than I do. But I'm just happy to see High Park represented well here.
Yeah, I can tell you that Evelyn has been running around the High Park Club since she was, I think, about 4 years old when her sister started at 7. And Evelyn ran around this place with Sadie McCutcheon, up and down the locker rooms and goofing around, and they started to curl together at 7 years old.
And your family's a big curling family?
No, I'm a club curler, sometimes adequate, sometimes not. And my kids became better than me when they were about 10 or 12. Let's say 12. But a pistol there by Hailey Armstrong in the 3rd end.
And a nice corner guard here by Sophia Mabergs. And it looks like Haley's calling for a center guard here. You don't have hammer, so you do want to put something in front of the house to get you into that singular scoring position.
And what we do know is that there's going to be no panic in Anna Hasselborg in a situation like this. She has seen it all.
In this tournament, she's had an incredible triple as well that helped her win that game.
A really tough draw for the Hailey Armstrong rink. After winning their first 2 games, they came up last night in the A final against Silvana Terranzoni. Got smoked out of the place pretty quickly. And then for the reward of getting to a B final, they meet Anna Hasselborg.
It's always tricky in tournaments. You know, sometimes you look at the pool of talent that you're playing against, and maybe you don't wish you do so good in the beginning, and hope to drop the hammer and increase the pressure later on. But I think they're doing a great job here. And a little bit of a miss. They're hoping to get behind that blue, but they've just fortified the center a little bit with the second guard.
They have.
I think Armstrong's going to capitalize here and
Great point, Kevin.
ask Evelyn to come behind those guards.
Chance to put a little bit of early pressure on Hasselborg in this end.
There's still a lot of curling. There's still a lot of mileage left on these sheets. And I'll take this brief moment to thank our sponsors yet again for giving us a wonderful tournament for us here to watch. And please join us this weekend. We got curling Sunday and Monday. More curling than you can probably handle. So a big thank you to Stu Cell's Realty team and Stuart Sankey, Close Concepts Electrical, Carl Close, Tommy Gunn's Original Barbershop, Patrick Morris, and Keith Joel Mortgage Brokers by Keith Joel.
Pistol by Evelyn. Nice shot.
Nicely buried. Good cover here.
And is going to try to make some kind of a double peel here. Possibly get that third rock that's the shot rock in the rings.
Yeah.
I think she's just looking for the first 2, though.
I got to imagine if you have hammer, you want to keep the center a little bit clean for you to play with later, and try and keep something in the rings. We've seen a few games this tournament where 2 guards in the front of the house have been a lot of trouble for teams to deal with. But that looked like no effort at all on Team Hasselborg's part to remove those guards.
Indeed. Grace Holyoke with her first, playing third for Team Armstrong.
And I got to think, Armstrong has a bit of advantage. Both Grace and Alice play here regularly. I see them out on the sheets and hope not to meet them on the ice because, well, quite frankly, I don't need to get stomped in club curling, but it does happen. Good release, good rotation here. Some great sweeping. We probably want to bring that over, make sure it gets to center line and covers off what's in the house.
Like many of the teams that are here, many of these Ontario teams that are here, the women's teams, they really have a target of making it to the show, which is the Scotties. Accumulating points, trying to get their provincial direct entries into provincials.
Yeah, it's definitely a dream for a lot of people, and I think it's a noble task. And the scoring is a little bit complicated in terms of points and how you get there for me. I don't look that closely, but I would love to see some High Park represented there. Nice removal, and I think we're going to see that guard put back here, Steve.
Det kändes rätt close. Det var mera back där nu.
They're having a time here at the High Park Club.
Well, I think there's some of those ends cards going around that are, make curling a little bit more exciting.
Oh, I think they're partying in 11 languages here, if we've kept track.
Yeah, that's right. We do have 11 countries represented, which is fantastic.
That's a good shot. You don't mind showing her a piece. You did, however, show her a piece on the side with the corner guard. Still a tough roll to get over to that corner guard, but so far Armstrong not giving Hasselborg a sniff in this fourth end. But that can change quickly with this talented Swedish team.
We also have, for like a lot of life left in this game, a lot of meat to gnaw off the bone here. And I think even if they hit that guard, I suspect they would still roll into the house. Whether or not the rock would be putting pressure on the other team, we don't know. But let's see here. Pretty open, a little bit of a peekaboo. A little bit of cleaning happening here, intensifying that sweeping, trying to keep that line. It's going to be close on a lot by this guard. Oh, just a little tick, and I think we're going to roll and end up not quite in front of that yellow, but that's another yellow rock in the house. And I think we talked about this last game, Steve, but having rocks in the house is the only way you score points, and those ones in the rings, once they start to accumulate, do tend to creep up on you really fast.
Yep, they put pressure on the other team, even though Hasselborg has hammer. Hailey Armstrong trying to make it difficult for Anna Hasselborg. I mean, who wants to play tomorrow? You can qualify tonight. This is a B qualifier.
Yeah, actually, all the games on the ice are, except for sheet 1, that is a C bracket elimination. That is Jana Gisoa versus Moybrook. And then this sheet is a B qualifier. Sheet 3, Hirata versus Craik is a semifinal for B. Jeong versus Smith on sheet 4 is a C bracket elimination. And Porcel on King on sheet 5 is a B semifinal as well for the men's. And it looks like that draw comes in nicely tucked behind. It's going to be a little bit further back than what they want, I would imagine, because that gives Hasselborg the ability to come in and draw and freeze here.
If they choose to. Yep.
There are a lot of options here. Hasselborg does have four rocks in the rings. Or sorry, Armstrong has 4 rocks in the rings, and Hasselborg doesn't have any. I got to imagine with 6 rocks left, 3 each, you have to start talking about mitigating some of that risk.
There's no chance for a blank here, so Hasselborg's going to live to the adage that if you're going to get forced, you might as well get forced to 2.
I think either way, we're going to see some fantastic curling here from both teams, trying to secure a point or 2 here. And if you're keeping track at home or playing ends at home, I'd be sweating if I was a 1 or a 2. And as a reminder, here we don't have here we have the tick rule. That's what we follow. No time clocks, but we can call 1 timeout per team, where they can bring out a coach and a alternate. We saw Hasselborg already call it their coach once. And yeah. High Park Club is also a storied club here in Ontario, especially Toronto. If you listen to the Broomgate podcast, we were featured in that as well. And we're going to watch this shot. I think the man with the replay button should be close behind. Oof.
Not jam.
Not quite what they were hoping for.
Anna tried to bail there and concede the force, and didn't quite make that double that she wanted.
You got to hope yellow was looking for a double there and then hoping to roll, or sorry, blue was looking for a double there, hoping to roll that blue a little bit undercover, maybe off to that yellow on the right side, put a little pressure and remove some of those scoring rocks in play. Hasselborg does have the benefit of having hammer, but as we know, and as I've mentioned a few times, when you have hammer, you do want to maximize it and get those 2 points. Walking away with 1 while you do stack another point or put up another point on the board, it's not quite utilizing hammer to its fullest potential.
I think Hailey can put some pressure on with the draw.
Now, when you draw, do you want to be behind the blue a little bit higher up, or do you want to be anchored on your back yellow here, Steve?
I think that you want to be half around that blue on the in-turn side. You're going to give Hasselborg the out-turn draw. So be it. But put some pressure on her by just getting to the top of the button, I think, with a little piece around the blue. If you draw right back to your yellow, then you're susceptible to a run double and 2 for Hasselborg. So you just want to tuck a piece.
Both teams are putting on some fantastic shots tonight. It is only the 4th end, and there is a lot of curling left. But as I've said before, and I'll continue to say throughout the tournament, I'm more than happy, Steve, to be up here looking down, watching them make these tough shots, watching them make these tough calls, and actually hitting them. Very different from the club curling that I see.
Yep.
But I'm glad I'm not sitting in the hack looking down on this and coming down with a draw, trying to secure our position here. And for anyone who wants to update and continue to look at what the scores of the day are across all the sheets, stewcurls.com is somewhere where you can reach that. And we'll give you, after this end, an update around the sheets just to see how things are going if you're really focused on this Armstrong-Hasselborg game. We'll keep you in touch.
I'm not entirely sure what they decided on, whether to come in or throw a guard on that blue and let Anna draw for the 1.
I think you have a bit of a margin of error here. I think with this ice, they're probably looking for the guard. That would be my guess. You know, I think if you froze and parked one on the corner of that blue, that wouldn't be too bad either. But ideally, you want to make sure you block the run back. Hailey coming out of the hat confidently here. An early sweep. Some good communication here about line calls, and we're watching this come in. And we're going to see a well-placed guard here. Just got to get a little bit more over that line. Beautiful shot.
Forces the draw, no question about it.
I think at this point in time, Armstrong's looking to hopefully steal one, but limit the damage here that Hasselborg can do. Although that back yellow in the 4-foot is a little susceptible if you're heavyweight, but I think it's really tough to move it out to get into a 2nd point scoring position here. You know, Mike asked me earlier, how's my Swedish? And he'll say it's not very good. In fact, non-existent. But sometimes I wish I was able to hear and listen in a little bit to what they were saying. I think either way, there's a strong sense of make the shot, make it happen. And
make it happen in Swedish.
Yeah. That would be my translation.
Let's all have some Swedish berries after the game. Anna Hasselborg, 4th end, down 1 with hammer.
Great release, getting low to the ice. Good line calling here. I think we're going to watch the sweepers work really hard here to make this shot look incredible. And it's coming in hard. Do we make it by that top blue? Oh, just a little bit of contact.
Steal of 1 for Armstrong.
Armstrong up by 2, heading into the 5th here. And Hasselborg maintaining hammer, down by 2.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike will be back.
Thank you, Steve.
Lite plus kanske, tror jag.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Bra linje! Lite dit! Ja, den börjar sitta nu. Ja, den är där.
Rör sig fint!
Känns där själv. Men den är bra. Den är där själv. Härligt! Bra spel! Bra tack!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it. Armstrong, good position here, corner guard up, put a little bit of pressure on the other team by sucking another one here onto the center line. Alice working in it, Grace working in it early. Alice with the delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, we have guests with us. Commentator Chris.
Hey, Mike.
How's it going?
Good. High Park's own Team Armstrong is really holding on their own.
Yeah.
Here against Team Hasselborg.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of a heavyweight bout here. So, Chris, quick question for you. How difficult is it to run a spiel of this size?
It has its challenges, but so far everything's gone very smoothly, and the athletes are all very understanding of any hiccups that come along the way. Had to change a couple of game times and matchups, but you know what? Curlers are amazing people, and no complaints.
Yeah, really impressed with the setup that you guys brought in this year. A couple changes to the video feed, I see.
Yeah, want to shout out to Gerry Geurts and the Curling Stadium crew for their help. This is the future of curling. Streaming every game, every team gets their chance at some exposure, and you know, we can just you know, show the sport to the whole world.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, hats off to you and all the hard work that you and the crew are doing behind the scenes to make this thing a go, because I know everybody out there in virtual land is pretty happy.
Thanks, Mike. Kevin's here, but I'm not sure I'm going to let him back on,
No.
to be honest. Yeah.
No. Pickleball Kevin, what does he know? What are you thinking here, Chris, if you're Armstrong?
I think you're in control right now. Anything you can do to limit the damage to 1, maybe even 2 points is going to be good.
Yeah.
And that's a great shot there.
Yeah, it really is. On the flip side of that, Are you nervous right now if you're Hasselborg?
You know, I think Anna Hasselborg and the whole team have been in this situation many times and aren't thinking about what the score is right now. They're just thinking about making shots. They know exactly what to do to get back into this game. And I wouldn't count them out at this point.
No, I agree with you. Tuck another one here behind the corner guard.
Yeah, I mean, Team Armstrong's hitting 2. A lot of club curlers, club skips would call hitting one of those yellow rocks, but being the experienced team they are, Hasselborg calls the drop. Comes up short, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, interesting fact. Anna Hasselborg is the first curler to ever hold European Curling Championship gold medal, World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship gold medal, and an Olympic medal simultaneous.
Wow.
Triple gold.
She's pretty good.
Yeah. How many gold medals do we have?
We as in you and me?
Yeah.
Not that many.
A lot of participation trophies.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Ribbons.
Check in the attendance box. All right. Looks like a little bit of a clear shot coming in here. Try to squeak those over and.
Yeah, let's double peel.
Ooh, little drag effect there, eh?
That was awesome.
That was cool.
I didn't know rocks could do that.
Yeah, where are the physics nerds right now? You guys should probably be going crazy.
You know, and that's going to set up Hasselborg for a deuce.
Yeah.
Going around the center.
Mm-hmm. Checking this one on the replay. Watch this thing just get shifted. Boom.
They should use that in clinics.
Yeah, actually. You know, what's the biggest thing here is like a shot made after a shot like that. Like, you got to capitalize. If you can't do it in this moment, you're just fighting an uphill battle.
Absolutely. It's a great time to regroup. Make sure that you can, and that one's going to rub the guard.
Yeah, not what you want.
Make sure you can make it count.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to be zapping this and trying to roll to the back of the house. Probably in this mode, you're just thinking, get rid of rocks, right?
Yeah.
Well, rocks flying from the other sheet.
Now we're even.
It's unbelievable how much control these people have with that high weight shot.
It's yeah, I wish I could throw it that accurately.
Yeah. Knees are cracking just thinking about it. There you go. Really working this.
Yeah, this one's really curling.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of a start out of the hand.
Not sure they're going to get it out. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, I still see Armstrong being in the driver's seat here, just with the way that the end is set up.
Yeah, I mean, even though they weren't able to get that one out of the house, they did push it to the middle, on the center line. So that forces Hasselborg to play into the center, which is good for Team Armstrong.
Yeah. A lot of compliments by the players this weekend about the ice conditions. Did we do anything different, or?
I don't think we've done anything different. What we did notice very early is that they're just so powerful with sweeping.
Yeah.
So the ice staff had to make some really quick changes, really changes on the fly early, and I think we've been able to adjust for just how athletic they are.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing a few extra things in the next couple of days. The ice staff's going to texture the rocks to try to give them a little more bite, get a little more finish, so we can have some aggressive ends.
Yep.
And yeah, I hope the curlers have enjoyed the conditions out there.
Yeah, I mean, everybody that I've talked to up in the stands been pretty happy. So nice to see it. Tough to control the conditions sometimes. The club is how many years old?
Well, this building is was built in 1911. It's hardly been touched since.
Wow.
Ja, för den kändes ju hård. Liksom.
What are you thinking here, Chris? You think you're gonna try to hoop another one in, or?
I don't mind this call actually. I mean, the plays in the middle.
Yeah.
You can sit shot rock around these corners. That's a tight port, but they've made it once, or just made it once. If you come to the back one, it's not bad.
Yeah. You know, a really good shot here from Grace could be a dagger.
Ja.
Yeah, and the whole team seems to be playing well, throwing well, communicating well, and I think that's the key when you're playing such a talented team like Hasselborg.
Yeah.
You know, the team's all got to be on the same page, and this one is definitely through the port.
Yeah.
Might be on the back one, but it is going to end up shot rock.
Yeah.
Excellent shot by the Vice Grace.
Yeah, that's not an easy shot for sure. Nice to see that would come down a little bit less weight. That probably would have been picture perfect, but also leaves yourself sitting shot. And I believe if they tap it just a hair, they'll only be sitting one. Rocks on the back of the ring. So looks like it's conversation time. What do we want to do?
Kan man spela något som man trycker ner den blåa? Ger oss någonting? Alltså man spelar något tunt så här.
Well, Chris, the forever busy man, has got to run and manage more duties. Thank you for coming by the booth, Chris. Shout out to him and all the other staff that are turning this into a great event.
Got some big shoes to fill here coming in back after Chris took over for a brief minute there.
Hummingbird Hogan back at the house. Or are they calling you a big dog?
Nah, you're big dog, I'm little dog, and we're just howling at the moon from the skybox. Ow, ow, ow! A lot of talk here, and as you said, if I could speak Swedish, this is the time I'd love to hear it. But we got a house party down here, as I like to call it.
Swedish
House Mafia. That was a good joke.
That's it.
I'll give you that. And maybe while we're doing this, I'll take you around the rings as we're listening in, just to give you a bit of an update on the scores here. On sheet one, Yanagisawa is trailing by 2 to Moybrook from Ontario. On sheet 3, we have Hirata and Craig, and it looks like that's a tie game right now, which is interesting. On sheet 4, we have Jeong against Smith, and Jeong is up by 1, 3-2 in that game. And Purcell versus King on sheet 5, and King, who's throwing yellow, is up by 2 in 6-4. A little bit of yell and some good communication here, just to make sure that everyone knows the expected outcome of this. And I can't tell the people at home how many times you have yelled at me from the house just to make sure I'm throwing the right handle on the rock.
Yeah, communication is important. If you throw the wrong handle, it's really hard to make the shot.
You know, and I always find it a little bit tough when you're this late in the game and you're making that decision to peel or remove something. Although I imagine they're looking to run that those 2 yellows backs and remove that blue from the top and open things up a little bit here.
Yeah.
Maybe have a bit of a blue guard. Nice delivery here, getting nice and low on that release. Look at that power. Oof.
Cool shot.
Really changes the geometry of the game here.
Geometry guy. Couple options here. Definitely don't want to be whacking that one into the back. Talking about the nose, also considering the roll. Anything in the insides, pretty good here.
Yeah, you want to make sure to get behind some of that cover. Last thing you want to do, or not last thing, not terrible, is stick here. But you do also want to, if you're Armstrong, throw something, if you're not going to roll behind cover, at least in front of that drawdown straight onto that back yellow sitting in the 4.
Yeah.
Especially without hammer.
Det blir liksom bara så här. Här kommer ändå bli relativt hög. Det kommer liksom bli hel 8 där. Om det får någon vikt. Sitter lite mer på den.
Looks like Grace has two stopwatches there. She's got the rock watcher on the broom and potentially a stopwatch on her waist.
Double clocking it, as we say.
Yeah. I don't think our team is that technical. I think one guy doesn't even have a stopwatch.
But it's in budget for next year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, folks at home, you heard it here first.
A little lightweight hit and roll here. It'd be nice to flop this one over, kind of get those lined up. I don't think that back yellow is going anywhere. No.
And I got to think if you're Armstrong going into this shot, you're probably feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Really got to make this rock walk. Oops, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You know what they say? Money talks, rocks walk. A little bit thinner than I think they wanted to hit it.
Yeah, probably a little bit strong on the weight side of things. Didn't really get the same action that they were expecting, but rocks are gone. Draw is coming.
Hasselborg has 2 shots here. Armstrong only has 1. And I think we're going to see Hasselborg come in and draw here and try to be in the top, maybe outsitting that back yellow, but making sure that there's not so much space that it's an easy pick. I imagine they want to be behind some cover here.
Yeah, definitely.
Börjar ju mitt i sidespåra. Alltså jag tänker att jag skulle kunna spela den ganska hårt. Och är den...
If you haven't been to the High Park Club, it's a story club. We got a bit of a energy efficient ceiling here that helps keep some of the noise down, helps regulate the temperature. But in the summer, the ice surface is actually pickleball courts. We run 4 courts here, maybe 4.5 this coming summer. But definitely check it out if you can't make it down to the Stu Cells Toronto Tankard on Sunday and Mondays.
Definitely. Shout out to One Banana, who traveled all the way down to Miami to see a banana game. Sarah Jagger, thanks for tuning in. Ooh. Debbie, we got triple gold and a Hasselborg. Hoping this rock will come over.
I think the only gold I have is a gold CAA membership.
Hey, that's great.
Oof. Okay. Not bad.
Nope.
I don't think they wanted quite that amount of separation here. I think if you're Armstrong, you come down, you hit that a bit on the outside, and roll over behind cover and put that pressure on drawing against 2.
Yeah, if you can get to the inside of this rock,
it's fair. It looks quite open from my view here.
Yeah, you might get lucky and clip the back one just a hair and force a draw for 1.
A little bit of talk happening here.
Yeah, you got to consider what's going to happen on the outcomes if you're a hair wide. Last thing you want to do is leave that one that you're running back in the ring. So trying to consider where the angles are.
A little high five there, just instill some confidence. I think there's going to be a bit of a discussion about the expected outcome of the shot.
Yeah. Well, the upside, if you hit it hard, you might be able to lose them all.
Do you want that in that case, though, or do you still want some yellow backing, maybe something hanging around in the back 12?
You have to imagine the next shot thrown here is going to be a draw, so things disappear, then that's okay.
That is quite a lot of weight. I think we're going to, again, I'll say it, some granite fly. A little bit of curl here. Nice shot. Moving some things out, but leaving the opportunity for Hasselborg to get to here. I don't think that's quite how they intended that shot to end.
No, I mean, this isn't an easy shot by any means. You got to punch that rock, and you got to be able to sit in the ring. So
yeah, and of course up here and our commentating, every shot is always a little bit easier, but I'm sure if you're a club level curler or standing down in the hacks and looking across the ice, you're absolutely going to see it.
Det var min känsla. Är vi där? Jag gillar det. Men jag ska ändå en lugn sättning. Ja, jag gillade den som du spelade, Anna. Ja. Hack igenom!
In case you don't know it about High Park, we also probably are located on, I think, the narrowest street in Toronto that you're allowed to be. Just enough for a fire truck to pass and have its legs out in the event of emergency.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to leave the club and going up and down Indian Road, it is tight.
yeah, it's a good test for sobriety, that's for sure.
Yeah. Also, we're very close to High Park where they have cherry blossoms, and during cherry blossom season, it is an absolute chaotic event down here. But we see Hasselborg in the hack, looking confident, ready to come down as if she's done this 100 times before. Oh, a little balk, clean the slider, get in the right mindset, clean the rock. Here we go. It's got a curl.
Looks like they're trying to keep it straight. Oh, maybe the other way.
Curl. Yeah. Let's see what happens here. Oh.
Wow,
great shot. So, Mike, for our men's team, any feedback here that I can take back to the other three and we can really work on here after watching this game?
Yeah.
Is it just make shots? Is that what you're about to tell me?
Yeah, I mean...
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look, give me Stu a call.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Goldline's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Goldline.
It's a Goldline.
It's a Goldline.
And is the choice of champions.
And we're back, hopping into the sixth end here. We have Alice throwing their first rock. And it's a tie game, 4-4 for all.
Yeah. Nice looking shot here.
scraped by just barely, but putting into the top 8. Would you say that's halfway between 12, halfway between 4, somewhere half 8?
I am not a mathematician, but I think we just call it top 8.
Well, you know, if there's anything I know about you, Mike, you're a mathematician in my books.
Love to see it. What are we thinking? You little short run back here?
Yeah, I like it. I like getting aggressive. I think Hasselborg has a little bit of catch up to do.
Got a curl.
Go.
Just over. Hasselborg creating a little bit of a corner guard here. You got to wonder if Armstrong's going to split the house.
Well, one idea is to tuck one behind that.
Oh, a wild rock coming over from sheet 3. A little bit of communication happening here. And it looks like we're going to try to split on that yellow. What do you think of this call, Mike?
I like it. As long as you create enough separation between those two stones to try to eliminate any doubles.
I imagine you want to get them pretty flat across the house. And by flat, I mean at the same level all the way across to avoid setting up a double here.
Definitely. Probably looking for back 4, back 8 weight. Maybe try to clip half rock or slightly less. Alice been really dialed today, so I expect this to be pretty close.
And we've seen some exceptional sweeping as well from both teams in terms of moving and carving the rock. Almost as if they're inspired a little bit by Broomgate. Oh, just by. Is it going to stick around? I think it's going to be at the back.
Yeah, just a little bit strong on that. But.
And that leaves that yellow exposed. And Armstrong is probably going to look to hit this and roll. A little bit of conversation here. Mike, you don't yell at us on Thursday nearly as politely as Hasselborg does. Could I put a recommendation in?
Yeah. Well, we don't speak Swedish.
That is fair. Would we be better if we did?
Based on what I'm seeing, probably. Ooh, working this a little bit.
Well, we're going to get the roll on the opposite side. Gotta imagine that's a bit of a miss here.
Oh, it's not terrible. You're keeping away from that corner guard. Which makes it a little bit more complicated, although it is a little bit short.
Hailey calling for control weight here. I imagine they're changing the angle, updating the geometry. Coming in nicely here. I think we're just going to nose it, not get a lot of movement out of it, but that yellow is sitting full 12 here.
Sorry. Du får gå. Gå. Känns bra. Hade jag 10-8 på den här? Härligt. Jag tänkte den typ höll bättre, sorry. Bra så pass. Bra spelagam. Rörde det sig ganska lugnt, eller?
Ja, verkligen. Alltså mycket lugnare än internen neråt.
Ja. Takmässigt tycker jag att det liksom kändes lite
And Evelyn here throwing a nice rock. Good release.
Yep. Alice working it. She's been in the gym.
And I think we're going to get a little nice roll here. Maybe we'll get over to cover.
Work it.
Hailey's sweeping her heart out here.
Nice.
A little bit of a backspin there, but that's something that happens.
Yeah.
Your rock slows down a little bit, but the curl is still going strong.
Yeah. Prefer it on the golf green, but
you know, I'm one of those golfers that make other people look good by comparison. That's why you want me in your foursome.
never a bad guy to have. Taking a look. Looks like Jaden King started to pull away a little bit there. Owen Purcell giving the game. We're looking at 6-4.
If we're going along with updates as well, we can throw that out there. On sheet 1, Yanagisawa versus Moybrook is tied heading into the 6th end. On sheet 3, Hirata and Craig also tied in the 6th end. Not sure what's happening on 4, but we'll have an update for you a little bit later. Look at this shot. I think they're going to get a little bit of a berry behind this blue. And hopefully it doesn't curl over too much. And nice. You got to be happy with that shot if you're Sarah McManus here.
Oh, Uber Eats. Shout out to the bartenders at High Park for
keeping the beer cold and the drinks poured.
Yep.
They do a fantastic job. And for me, as an adult, once I got into curling, I realized how important it is to have a bar just off of the ice.
What a shot.
What a shot by Grace. Nice run back, popping those out. A little smile on Alice's face as she walks down the ice, and I think everyone's happy with that on the Armstrong team.
Yeah, you can see her teeth from the booth. That is a happy Grace. Oh, shooter shoot.
Oh, some pistol guns are out.
Boom, boom.
Pew, pew, pew.
Love to see it.
And Hasselborg here is coming in for a draw, I assume?
I think we're peeling the guard.
Yeah, you think we're looking for a blank here?
Yeah, we're hoping to move on and put this one into the history books.
So are we seeing what we've talked about a little bit in some of the previous commentaries about knowing when to bail on an end? Is that what we're seeing here?
Yeah, probably in this situation, we're okay to take it and run. I think.
Now, if we're going into the 7th, and I think I've asked this of everybody I've commentated with so far, Mike, heading into the 8th, would you rather be up 1 without hammer or down 1 with? What's your preferred stance there?
That's a good question. Have I made any shots today?
Well, you're definitely not 4 or 5 beers in because of ends.
Yeah.
You're probably feeling good. You woke up before your alarm, and maybe you had a hearty breakfast.
All right. Well, if I have the beers, I want the hammer. Yeah, I'll take the hammer.
Okay. I'll put that down and lock that away for our Thursday team. I think we're going to see a draw to the wings here.
Yeah. Good opportunity here if you can hook one in behind there. Not a lot of real estate to put this rock in. You got to have pretty good weight.
I think if you hook one in here, the only way you can get a hold of that real estate would be by calling the Stu Stell's Realty team. Wow. I think they could guide you in and secure that real estate if you needed it.
Working on it early. Coming back from throwing a...
Now, do you think they jumped on that, or do you think it's legitimately light here?
Based on how they're bailing off it right now, I think probably gliding pretty good.
Looks like it's going to be tucked nicely if they can get it into the house, but it looks a little bit light here. Everyone's looking closely at how this ends up, and just a little short.
No, that's not too bad. It's going to really pose the question for Hasselborg. Yeah, unfortunately, tough to split. Looks like we're saying we don't want any of that smoke. Tuck one on the side of the rings, try to trade hits, and move on to our commercials.
I do like the knitting behind the, if you look behind the glass in that seat there is some knitting happening. Do you think that's a blanket or do you think that's a hat?
Good question. Tough to say, but how do you know it's not crochet?
You know what? That is a good question. I don't actually know. I'm sure someone who's watching at home will correct us. But here we go. Confident release.
Yeah.
Going out. I'm assuming they're looking to put this a little bit open, hoping Armstrong comes in, hits it, maybe flips to the side. But I think, you know, I got to imagine Hasselborg is playing for the blank at this point. We've seen a great game on this sheet tonight.
Oof. Yeah, not ideal. You really want that one to be closer to the back of the rings, because this is going to leave an opportunity for a nice roll. It's a very far roll, but if you can make a good one here.
There's been a lot of chatter between by both teams. Good communication, which we love to see. And we've called out many times.
Wow. Shout out to the Bananas chats. 2 needles, definitely knitting.
Wow. Thanks for clarifying that, because I had no clue.
You definitely don't want to piss off the knitters.
Here we go. Some great sweeping here, trying to get that rock to move. We probably want to roll a bit back or roll a bit across, but it looks like we're just going to hit it.
Yeah.
And, you know, with 3 rocks to go in this end, I got to imagine Hasselborg is going to try to hit this, maybe roll across the sheet to the left side of 12, right side if you're looking from the hack, and get behind some cover and make it a little bit difficult or a pain in the butt for Hailey to pick that out.
Yeah, that'd be a great shot. I mean, as long as that yellow rock goes away, I think you're...
Well, it comes down to the, do you want to be down one with hammer or up one without in the 7th end heading into 8? Although we're just finishing the 6th end here, so there's some real estate to go. And what is it they say about having hammer in the even ends, Mike?
You're going to have a bad time?
I thought it was a good time.
Yeah, okay.
I know one of us curls at least.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at that sweeping. A little roll here, but I think this potentially leaves an easy blank here for Armstrong. But it is a bit further out there. We haven't seen a lot of play down this side of the sheet, this end. A little high 5 there.
You know, every team needs a good glue guy.
Yeah, do you know one? Because I don't think our team has one.
Yeah, we need a good glue person. High fives and team morale. That's how you keep everybody chipper and happy. I think we're going to see.
I think we definitely need more high fives on our Thursday team. We definitely go good on the chats, but the high fives are not quite there. Look at Hailey coming out. Confident release. Good rotation. It's floating a bit. We got to catch a bit of that blue, and enough. Roll out. Nice blank. And we're going to push that hammer along into the 7th end.
Yeah, routine shot. Let's jump over and see the guys that sign the checks.
And again, we're going to go to commercial break here.
Hey, all you curling fans sitting at home watching the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard here at StuCurls.com. Look, High Park's just down the road. We're here in the Junction. If you bring the map card with you, come to Caribou Gifts and start your Christmas shopping early and get some great gifts for the family.
Hi, I'm Carl Kloss and I'm the owner of Kloss Concepts. We're an electrical contractor operating in the GTA and Muskoka areas. Kloss Concepts is the proud title sponsor of the Toronto Tankard Series. We would like to wish everybody good luck and happy curling.
What does a super dry taste like?
Let me show you. It's tradition reimagined. Refreshing. Old, yet new. I'm one of a kind. Also, it's super dry. Asahi Super Dry. Beyond expected.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
And we're back, heading into the seventh end here at the High Park Club in Toronto. Armstrong versus Hasselborg, and it is a blow-for-blow trade.
Oh.
And for anyone looking at the scoreboard behind the skips, that 6 on the 1 is not an error. That just means they blanked it. Traditionally at High Park, we do have 4 screws in the board where you can hang it over the previously what I think at one point was a tobacco mascot woman. But you can hang it up there. But they've elected to hang it on the 1 because there's no points there.
I thought it was beer.
No, it was, I believe, at one point, it was the McDonald Briar Patch.
Oh.
And that was a tobacco company.
The more you know.
And I believe that's where, is it the Tim Hortons Briar now? Montana's Briar? Montana's Briar originated from a tobacco company who are not allowed to advertise anymore. So I don't think we should talk about it too much. You know, it's the 7th end. Armstrong has hammer. It's a tie game right now. And it is definitely a race to the button here.
Yeah, big shout out to our past High Park president clarifying it is McDonald's cigarettes.
There you go. If there's anything that High Park is about, we're all about the facts. We, in fact, have a book about the history of the club going back 114 years. Holy cow.
Wow.
I don't even know what they were curling on at that point. I imagine the rocks were so different. I don't even think pebbling was invented.
Good question. You have to read the book.
Yeah, or we'll have to throw the chats, and I'm sure someone will update it and keep everyone entertained.
Yeah.
But either way, here's a great shot coming from Evelyn. Looking to get something in the house here. Some good communication on the team about sweeping. And it's tucking in nicely here. Maybe a little heavy, and it's going to be in the back 4.
Yeah, that's a good correction. Right on the button. Alice with the nice adjustment from the first stone. Maybe just a little bit too far, but...
Well, just remind yourself that if this was coming towards the glass, that would be right on Stu's nose.
The best place to be. Yeah, big shot here from Knockenhauer. Looks like it's a bit out.
Vi är helt på 10. Det är helt på 10.
Really don't want to spill off here.
Alltså det satt som fan.
Yeah. This is going to leave the door open for Armstrong to be able to hit and flop over top.
Okej. Satt som fan ändå. Satt riktigt mycket. Det är bra.
Look at these two shots side by side, but you know, a nice pop here could send that blue back, but I think we're going to go down the other side. We're going to see a little bit. I don't think we're going to see a full house party here. I think we're going to see a bit of a consult. I'm going to try to get you in a little bit more to the thought process here, but I don't think we're quite catching it.
I'm just weighing out the options here. The draw is definitely something that's on the table. So.
And again, this is the advantage of not having a time clock. You don't face the pressure of having time. I think they've come to a decision about what to throw here. And it looks like they're going to be peeling some of that front. I assume they're hoping to double out both those blues.
I think you're probably okay with just clipping the top one.
And here's a nice delivery from Evelyn Robert. And the top one goes away, as you said, Mike. That yellow is going right out. Textbook peel here.
Yeah. Looks like the goal here is to try to simplify the end.
Well, I guess in this case, you're looking to see, you're going to determine which team wants to go into the 8th end. Up one without hammer, I think is what they're fighting for here. But there is a good chance to score multiple points. Lots of rocks still left in this end. I think that means they're looking to curl this, if my translation is correct.
Oh, that's a good spot. I think you might be able to clip a bunch of them here if you...
Are you talking about a triple, Mike?
Could be some rocks moving.
You know I love to see granite fly. This is one of those times I wish we could draw arrows on the screen for everyone to see.
Yeah, it could be helpful.
A little bit of conversation again. I believe Team Armstrong still has their timeout if they choose to call it. But we're seeing a lot of conversation in this end, and usually when we get to the last end of a game, we see a lot of conversation and discussion, ensuring that everyone's in line with the understanding of how the shot should end up. I think we're going to see big weight here. Nice delivery. And we're going to see granite fly, which is my favorite thing.
Nice shot.
Nice shot. I was sweating a little bit there, not going to lie. You look cool, calm, and collected, though, Mike.
Yeah, I ventilate well.
And we're going to get a replay here.
Great shot. Probably the plan here is to loop another one in, try to create a situation where you put it into the pocket. Super's not doing much right now. It's like a little heavy.
Nice a little tap here, but I don't think that's. Oof. You know, if you have to measure this, how do you fit the measure stick in there?
I think yellow's covering the pin.
Yeah, from the overhead, it does appear that way. I think Hasselborg is looking for a bit of Armstrong is looking for a bit of a hidden flop here. You got to be careful. Oh. You can see the Swedish team discussing off to the side, all four of them together gathered at the hog line as Armstrong is calling their shot. Bit of a team conference here.
Vi duttar ju av den.
Ja, den andra går vi också. Ja, exakt. Jag tog mindre is på den här.
Ja,
men jag
okej.
ännu mindre.
Alltså den är ju hård, absolut. Men precis, din klickar ju ändå av liksom. Ja, precis.
It's always a benefit to have the overhead view. I sometimes wish we had that during our games.
Yeah, some places they have mirrors in the back where you can look down and see it. You're gonna have to log in on your phone and watch your own live stream.
Just put on my watch. That way, as I sweep, I can judge the line. No need for a skip at that point.
That's it. Automation, baby. It's the way of the future.
Oh, looks like we're gonna have a bit of a conference here.
Yeah, a little chat.
A timeout is called here, I think. At least that's what the graphic implies. I don't know if they called anyone or they're just using it. Again, I think this is part of that, making sure you score a couple points here. Both of them are coming back, so who's calling the line here?
I think we're in timeout mode.
Hasselborg coming, looking at the house, getting a view.
Alltså invick på slagning.
We don't need to make each other really want to. Just if you throw board late, you get low, going to yellow, so you're frozen at 1 and 2. Yeah.
Nice little team props there. We tried to give you a little bit of insight onto the mics for what was being said, and we held back our commentary just so the viewers at home could hear that.
It's team coach Mike Fournier coming down.
I gotta imagine if you're a viewer at home, you're sitting on the edge of your seat watching this.
Yeah, Mike Fournier is actually a famous curler from Quebec.
Oui?
Oui. Came down to Ontario, I believe, a couple of years ago for work, and he's just been beating up all the people in the Toronto area ever since.
C'est bien.
C'est bien.
Good release here. Getting on that right away. Looking to hold that line. I think we're looking to hit the inside of that outside blue and double them out. Let's see if we get it. Wow. Great shot.
Alltså egentligen så hade man ju velat spela den.
Inte nu tycker jag, eller?
Inte? Eller gör man fortfarande bara komma hit?
And a nice replay here. And shout out to all the fans who are sitting on their edge of their seat on bated breath, waiting for that shot to happen.
That's it, baby. 3 Briar appearances from Coach Mike Fournier.
Wow. You know how many Briar appearances we have on our entire team? Less than 1.
No, we bought tickets to 2 of them.
Wow. Did we get on camera, though?
Sometimes they look
I did make an appearance at one of the concession stands for sure.
That's it, man. Get that hot dog in you.
What they say, get that dog in you.
The man's got that dog in him. A little bit of a chat here, Kevy. Kevy, what are you playing right now?
Hi. det.
You know, if I'm looking at this and I am Hasselborg, I think I'm looking to come down to the inside of that yellow and kind of split them a bit. Hoping to catch the one on the left here if you're looking at the overhead, shift over and pop it out, and kind of sit there. I know it's risky. You got some cover, but you need to make a little movement to get that point. Of course, it comes down to whether or not I want to be up one without hammer or not. But I don't think there's anything wrong with popping it in that pocket and making it difficult for Armstrong to get two here.
Jag tänkte att man kanske kunde komma här med
I don't think that blue on the left, that blue on the left, if you're looking on the screen, is doing anything for you. I think you need to get right into that pocket. How about yourself, Mike? What are you looking at here?
Jag tänker att de slår och viktar.
Yeah, I mean, if you can ever move that back just a hair, leave a rock in front of it, you have an opportunity to promote it into the future.
Jag tror inte att den finns här.
We got a good house party going on here. As you would say, you would call this a Swedish house mafia, but...
Alltså samma sten med is där så tror jag vi får sopa på linje. Ja, exakt.
Men den här var ju, vad var den då? Bak 4?
It's definitely not an easy shot no matter what you throw here. They call this the game of inches for a reason.
Well, that was football.
I'm not quite sure about that. You're the football expert. I'm just a commentator.
Go Bills. All right.
Is that an official statement?
That is an official statement. We got, looks like we're trying to play the drawdown in here.
Gillar du det, Sara?
Ja, jag tror det. Vet inte riktigt. Det är säkert close.
Yeah, we're going to get close here. I think that's what she said.
Kevin, and speaking with the Swedish team before the game, they had told me that if you want to be the best, you have to wear a vest. How do you feel about that statement?
You know what? I think our team needs jean vests, and that's how we're going to be the best. And we're on that a little bit early, but I think there's a lot of room to move. I got to expect they want some curl here. You got to get into that pocket. And it looks narrow on that guard. Are we going to be by? Oof. A little bit of a wick here in front of that blue. And it just circles back a little bit. I got to imagine if you're Armstrong, you're putting up a guard or you're putting something in there just to block the scoring opportunity here for Hasselborg and just be a bit of a rock in their shoe, so to speak.
Yeah, looping another one back in there is pretty good. You can consider hitting it in the pocket, or the other option is you go for the old Christmas tree.
Would you ever consider throwing the double here on the blues and leaving not a lot of opportunity for Hasselborg?
That's a lot of risk for very little reward. So probably not in the situation, but...
so what would you call here, Mike?
I would just loop another one in there and stack them up to make it hard to remove some stones.
And I'll remind the people at home that we're seeing some absolute world-class curling here from both teams. And if you are here in the club, you're definitely seeing some world-class curling across all the sheets.
Grace with the stone. Hopefully, you're going to be able to tuck this one in top 8, top 4.
It's holding out there pretty strong. It's got to come in a bit.
We're trying.
I got to imagine Steve in the stands is on the edge of his seat, looking closely. It's coming in nicely. Looking for a bit of a bump here, but I think we're going to get
that's a good spot.
Good spot to be. A little bit of separation. I think they were hoping to maybe get a freeze out of that.
I think line probably was more important. Nice job on Alice.
And let's look at the replay. Just hitting it here late. Great sweeping and beautiful shot here. Making it really hard and a pain in Hasselborg's. But to try and get a point here. But I got to imagine now if you're Hasselborg, Mike, you're probably looking to mitigate some of your losses here. Or mitigate some of the stones in the house.
Yeah, if you can move some rocks around, put something in front to try to give yourself an opportunity, that's pretty good. But if I'm hamstrung, I'm feeling good.
Sorry, Harmstrong?
Hamstrung.
Hamstrong.
If you know, you know.
Big proponent of Big Ham.
If you know, you know. Kevin.
Looks like we have another house party here.
Den blir ju djävulsfria för dem. Ja.
Ja.
Nej, jag tror den blir så pass hög. Ja, det tycker jag. Det tycker jag. Jag tänker typ en, vad sa du?
Yeah, tough decision here. You got to be thinking a couple shots ahead. Put yourself in a situation where you're going to be able to get access to that.
Vi ville spela där. Kommer ju börja lite direkt i Karlande. Ja.
Ja, 11 här. Men ändå att den kommer curla tror jag ändå. Jag tyckte att de höll in och spelade deras färg där. Den var tajt och de höll dem.
Looks like we're electing to play a hit. I think the key here is going to be leaving your shooter in a spot where you're tucked in front. Line's looking pretty good. Pretty good shot.
Härligt Anna, fint spel. Bra. Kanske kallade för mycket till och med, jag vet inte. Den där hade legat.
I think if I'm Armstrong right now, I'm considering what is Hasselborg's next shot going to be. Considering playing the draw here, taking away that from the other team to sit 3 would be pretty crushing. Also, looks like we're also looking at what happens on the angle run if we are able to chip away at our 2 stones.
Do you ever just throw a guard here and look to try and lock down the 4-foot here?
I mean, it's really tough to say. At this level, you got to try to take away something from the other team. But generally speaking, you want to be the one that's forcing the other team to make a much more difficult shot or try to hook them and leave them with nothing. So if you throw a guard, you know, you could open up an opportunity for one of those crazy shots.
There is that blue on the outside that you could slash across maybe. I think either way, you're looking at not an easy shot for both teams.
No, I think in this situation, I'm considering the draw. But after seeing some of the run backs that Hasselborg's played.
Well, call back to yesterday. There was a great triple run back she made that was great to see. Don't know if I could throw it, but one day I aspire to do such.
Yeah. Okay, let's get a quick update of what's going on the other sheets here.
All right, on sheet 1, again, throwing yellow rocks is Yanagiasawa, and throwing blue is Moybrook. And Moybrook is up by 1, at least with the posted score. We don't know what the 7th end score is, unless maybe we update here on StuCells.com. To get that information. On sheet 3, it is a tie in the 8th end, so every point matters. That is Hirata versus Craig. Japan versus Scotland. And if I'm looking at the house from the view in the sky, it looks like Harada is sitting 2 in the back house and in a scoring position. Sheet 4 is off the ice. I'm not sure what happened there. And sheet 5 appears to be in an extra end towards the glass. And the house just has a lone yellow rock in play, which is king.
A little bit of a nail biter over there on 5.
Yeah. And 5 is a semifinal for B, so you got to imagine they're working hard here.
Big shout out to Tillsonburg, Ontario.
You have a connection to Tillsonburg, Ontario, don't you?
Tillsonburg.
Is that one of those if you know, you know?
Your back still aches when you hear that word.
I don't know what that means, but I'll take you at your word for it. Got a nice overhead view. Both teams don't have a timeout left, I believe. So there's a bit of conversation going. Mike, at what point do you decide to end the conversation and just throw the shot, or before you get into your head too much?
I think you just weigh out all the options, make sure that you're comfortable, and try to play the probabilities at this point. I think if you leave the draw and then Hasselborg goes and hooks one in there on you, you might have a tough shot.
So for all of you guys, or all of you people at home who are tuning into the stream, I'm just going to shout this out once again. Our wonderful sponsors, Stu Sells Realty Team, Stuart Sankey, Close Concepts Electrical, Carl Close, Tommy Guns, Original Barbershop, Patrick Morris, and Keith Joel Mortgage Brokers, Keith Joel. Again, we're at the High Park Club in Toronto in the West End, just a stone's throw from High Park. 114-year-old club. Game used to be played on Grenadier Pond, brought inside because of the skating rink, and I think we're possibly gearing up to make a shot here. The great thing about the High Park Club is if you do come to visit, you got Roncesvalles just a step away. So many great restaurants, so many great places to go. And if you do come down to High Park, we have a great patio, a great bar, wonderful ice staff, and great club staff as well. Big shout out to Chris, big shout out to Nika, big shout out to Kevin, Jeff, and Gord, as well as Brian and the rest of the bar staff out there.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see what the call was here, but it looks like we're playing to the side of the sheet. Maybe we're considering a guard here. I guess the
little bit of communication, trying to get a little bit of that mic in.
Yeah.
Grace is signaling that we want a tight guard, maybe straddling the 12-foot, just taking away that direct run and increasing the complexity of it just a little bit. And here we go. Determined look, great slide, nice release. Good communication about sweeping here. We're hearing top 8, top 12. Sweepers know what to do. Evelyn and Alice just hammering that rock, bringing it in nicely. Easing up maybe. Great shot. That's got to be where they called it and where they wanted it to be. Tough position to be in here. What do you do if you're Hasselborg? You only got one rock left. Armstrong has hammer. And you got a bit of a sandwich here.
I think based upon the game that we've seen, you're probably considering hitting something.
Tror jag.
And we're going to try with the mics to give you a bit of insight into what Hasselborg's saying as well.
Nej, våran borde bli bättre, Anna.
I think we're talking about some angles here. I think you might want to bust out your protractor.
Yeah, I mean, the one that sticks out to me is the angle, because if you hit that yellow rock, you might be able to walk it over, spin down, sitting shot, and then I think
finns ju en jävligt tråkig
Sorry, the yellow just over the PA in Japan for Japan's #1 beer site.
No.
Or are you talking about the
we're
blue
going
on the outside?
Yeah, blue on the outside into the one there, touch and edge a button, and then you can probably clip that side of that and sit down. That's probably the most natural looking shot. I mean, the draw is also something, but
it doesn't look like they're considering the draw down the other side.
Ja, men jag gillar den. Tänker du fart? Alltså
probably based on the way that
egentligen
we've been
det
throwing
vi
today, this
har lirat
probably feels a little more
här
natural.
närmast skulle jag ju
And
egentligen tycka
again,
är
sometimes you
nice,
throw
men
the
eller så är
shot
det bara
that you feel
lättare
comfortable with
att
rather than a shot that feels or looks a little bit more open. Sometimes it's a matter of what you just threw, and sometimes it's just knowing and understanding the line.
Yeah, and if you don't trust the ice, you throw it hard enough, it doesn't curl.
Är det liksom 2 här är fine.
While I don't think Armstrong has quite enough of a lead here to really rest easy, I gotta imagine they're not as stressed as they could potentially be in this situation.
I think they're looking pretty good right now.
A little bit of communication happening out here, and we did take off the packs for Race and Hailey here, just so you could hear a little bit of the Swedish team here discussing shots. But you can definitely see some animation in the back as they're discussing possible opportunities. And Hasselborg looks confident in this call with Sarah McManus getting down and calling some line here. Grace and Hailey coming in to look over the shoulder and look at line.
Yeah, I think we're imagining just a hair on the high side here and hoping to slap it in there, move it over to 6-shot stone.
A little bit of communication here in the hack, just making sure everyone knows what the expectation is with the shot, which is ever so important. Just a little clean early here. Getting on it, looking for that slash. Let's see what happens here. Nice shot. That's money. And I think that's going to be a little bit of a fly in the ointment here, Mike. Let's look at this replay.
What a shot.
I know whenever they put on the replay, it was a fantastic shot.
Jag fångade den där, ja. Innan den träffade. Guys,
All right, your Team Armstrong now. What do you throw here?
Did you see how it was? Dead. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, it was okay.
A little bit of a talk in the back about potentially some contact. Not sure there.
No, it's up to you. Sorry, it was me. You did it.
Sounds like that was a little bit of contact on the yellow with some foot as that yellow is going out, but seemed like they agreed that they're just going to keep things as is here.
Looks like we're trying to play the tap.
That yellow is pretty buried here.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to get enough of it to push it back in there. Not an easy shot, but...
Although, giving up one, coming back with hammer, not a bad place to be in. I know many skips who would like to be in that position.
Yeah, me after 4 beers.
Well, I can't commentate on either of these teams' alcohol intake for this game, but I do know that we have some great sponsors here. I know Laneway Distillery was doing a tasting here earlier today.
Oh, yeah, it was great. I bought one.
Yeah?
Yeah, the gold one.
Excellent. That's the best looking bottle.
It is a great bottle. Great gift.
Great bottle. Great taste.
Great slide. Great release. Let's see
lots of rotation. On it a little early.
Yeah.
I think you have to be narrow by this top yellow.
Work it.
It's last rock here. Work it. I think it needs to curl really hard here. Is it going to get there? Tremendous shot, but is it enough? Overhead, it doesn't look like it. Grace is having a look. I think we'll wait for the score, but I think it's 1 for Hasselborg, and Armstrong's going to keep hammer going into the 8th end back to the glass. A little talk here at the hog line with Team Armstrong. Team Hasselborg is meeting at the hack, giving some high fives. That was a tough end, long end, and gritty, but we're going to cut to a sponsor here.
Drar tillbaka min sura lite grann.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard here at StuCurls.com. And all you fans and all you curling teams who are staying in the area, come up to Petty Fine Foods. Lots of great prepared food. You just throw in the oven, cook, eat, and go. And if you show your map card to Stefo, you're gonna get
a free espresso and a complimentary cannoli on the house.
free. Free. So come on up.
4-letter magic word.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
We are here at the RBC Bloor West Village branch, and I'm here with two of their best mortgage brokers, Keith Joel and Dave Thompson. RBC has been an amazing sponsor of my curling season for about 10 years. And Keith, why is it so important to be involved in the community and sponsor youth sports?
First of all, Stuart, it's been a fantastic 10 years. I'm so happy to be involved, and so is RBC. We enjoy being out there, meeting all the curlers, and having a lot of fun along the way. So thanks for that.
I just want to say I'm with you. I'm a big supporter of the community, and I just want to let everyone know all my mortgages with RBC, all my accounts with RBC. It's an amazing bank. These are great mortgage brokers. So look, go to rbc.com and come into the Bloor West Village branch and visit these great guys.
And we're back. Heading into the 8th end here with what looks like potentially a picked rock by Armstrong early in the end. And here we're seeing a replay of our sponsor, Sankey, walking through an office. Yeah, that looks like that picked. Sometimes that happens. Most of the time, a pick is a bad thing. Sometimes it breaks in your favor, but you hate to see it this late in the game. And it looks like Hasselborg is looking to come in behind the guard here with a draw, hoping to get some 4-foot action. But it looks like it might be a little bit shorter than they wanted. And not quite making contact in the house. And we've seen some teams this tournament so far have trouble with that double guard.
Looks like the first guard a little bit off the center line. That could be an issue. First shot, did they try to play the tick?
No, they had a bit of a pick. I think they were looking to just get it up there. And it looks like that's going to come in, and that might be good for top 4. I don't think it's going to be parked right on Stu's nose, but definitely parked in the top 4 here.
No, it's good, great position. You want that to be in front of the tee line just so that we can't bump it back, create a pocket. What we want, that's a pretty good shot from Alice.
In this 7th end, going into the 8th end, everything matters.
Yeah, that was a big steal last end. That's forcing them to play hard for the deuce here.
And I'm glad I asked you earlier what your feeling was, so you couldn't change it based on who was going into the end with hammer.
Yeah. Interesting sweeping technique here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just on the outside, bringing it back in front. And a little pop here. Is it enough to get it out of the house? I think so. Some encouragement there from McManus.
Every team needs a glue guy.
Every team needs someone to hold them together.
Oh. Shout out to the group chat. Looks like pebbling might date back as far as 1902. Fun fact.
But was it named after Mr. McPebble? I'm going to give that to the group chat to try and solve.
Yeah. Wasn't the name of Fred Flintstone's daughter?
I know there's Fruity Pebbles, which is the cereal commonly associated with the Flintstones. The real question, though, is this a baseball situation where we approach stats as modern baseball and pre-modern baseball? Are we going to have a pre-modern Pebble and a post-Pebble situation here?
Tough question, Kevin. I don't know, because all I do is hit dingers.
You know, I've seen you on the ice, and I don't think dingers are what you hit.
Dingers, baby. Like them to play the draw here.
Interesting choice. Is this what you would play?
Tough to say.
Getting a nice little tick here, I think, but not quite enough. I think they were hoping to get a little bit behind that cover of those double guards. And we should note the knitting has stopped, so I assume that means the intensity has increased. So for all of you at home who are on the edge of your seats, continue to stay there, because I think we're going to see a great 8 end here as Team Armstrong looks to take 2 to win the game, and Hasselborg aims to deny that. And of course, because it's tournament play, if Armstrong does take 1 here, that does push it to an extra end. Nice delivery here by Agnes. Looks like that might be a bit of a miss here in chapping out their blue. Do you play the tap here, Mike? Do you draw down the other side? What's your MO?
Yeah,
I gotta imagine Steve downstairs sitting 1 floor below us, because High Park Club does have 2 floors.
Double decker.
Double decker is probably biting his nails right now.
Yeah, I mean, a good shot made here puts a lot of pressure on. You got 2 guards up front. So it's like we're sucking everything into the middle here. I think the biggest thing is you want to try to take away the steal opportunity. So
it's a bit of a race to the middle here, I would assume.
One could say.
And, you know, we have a team here, or a skip here, who has seen a lot of competitive play all across everywhere. As you mentioned, triple gold.
Triple gold.
Great delivery here by Evelyn. Grace getting on this.
Signaling we're a little bit strong.
Yeah. It looks like we might split the house a little bit here. And if I did hear correctly on the Swedish mic, I heard a bit of a shit sound. I don't know if that means the same thing in English, but... Do you try for the double here, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, if you have an opportunity, then you could be lined up 3.
I mean, without the overhead, it's hard to tell from our angle. I mean, I suppose I could stand up and look down over this sheet, but that is a thank you to the camera operators for showing us that. I think that's a tight angle for a double here. I think it's a high degree of difficulty.
No, it should be pretty. As long as you hit it in the right spot, it should be pretty automatic. The rock might spin up a little bit.
Well, I think hitting it in the right spot is the key to most of curling, Mike, which might be why our thirsty team struggles a bit.
Yeah, we just don't have a glue guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, we need a glue guy.
Shout out to anyone listening. If you're a glue guy, feel free to reach out to Mike Walsh. Looks like we're going to have a talk here. A little bit of a disagreement about what the call should be.
Det gör det inte. Nej, någonting så är det rakare nu. Alltså, inifrån också? Nej, förlåt, utifrån. Ja, det vet jag. Ja, inifrån menade jag. Jag tycker också att det finns fall inifrån. Ja, den är ju tunn som satan. Ja. Det är den ju.
Jag tror ju inte att vi...
Looks like McManus wants a bit of a corner here, is what I'm judging by this broom talk.
Har jag ju mer inifrån.
But I think Hasselborg wants a bit more of a hit, a bit more contact, and being aggressive. It also looks like Evelyn from Team Armstrong is coming back to the end. And so is the rest of Team Armstrong.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes from the hack, it's a little bit difficult to see what the angles look like. And when you're trying to visualize making a shot, just taking a quick peek down there to understand what.
And again, there's no time clocks for this tournament, so you can discuss things as much as you want. And it looks like we come to a decision. And I think we're going to see a little bit of weight here. And looking for that double, hitting that yellow on the outside. A little bit thin and coming down on top of that yellow in the forefoot. You know, I do think with all the teams we've seen curling, there should at least be some consideration for uniforms as well. I think there's some definite banger uniforms out there on the ice this tournament. Good release. But it looks like it might be on that yellow a little full. Let's see here. Beautiful shot here by McManus. Good communication. Putting a little bit of pressure on Armstrong here. And just to remind everyone, the score for this game in the 8th end, and we're going to see the replay here. Great shot. If you're a club level curler, I'm sure you're aspiring to make these shots in every one of your games. I know I'd be happy with the results here. But it looks like, or sorry, the score is right now anyways, Hasselborg 5, Armstrong 4, and we're in the 8th end, back towards the glass. It looks like Hasselborg is having, you can't see it at home on TV, but it looks like Hasselborg is having a little bit of a chat halfway down the sheet out of the ice as Armstrong is having a talk and looking to put it in top 4. I gotta imagine Grace is having a little bit of pressure here. This is a precise shot, top 4, right on top of Stu's forehead if you're looking at the overhead.
Yeah, that's right. Grace is a seasoned vet, so I'm sure she's...
I know I'm definitely not looking forward to facing her if I happen to get there on Tuesday. Just clean. Looking to come in. It's coming in real nice over the hog line. Might be a little bit hot. Let's see if she can park it right on Stu's forehead here.
Wow, great.
And I think we're going to get a pin. Oh, a little bit back. But do you, if you're throwing this, do you wish it was a little bit higher here if you're looking at that and you're playing this game, Mike?
Well, yeah. Yeah, you're about 2 feet from greatness on that shot.
You know, as our good friend Blair McFarland says, this is a game of inches.
I'm pretty sure that's still football.
Well, it might be, but it definitely applies to curling here.
That's it. Tell everybody about pickleball.
Well, it's a great sport. You should come out and try it, especially at the High Park Club.
Yeah, contact Kevin at High Park.
Yeah. It's probably one of the best pickleball surfaces in the city. And I saw that Simo Leo was asking about pickleball in Toronto. So if anyone has connections, tell them to look it up in the summer. Or come out for curling.
Big shot for the Swedes here.
If they weld this on, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's a good spot.
Oof. I think let's go for the double here. Let's see some granite fly, a little bit of flash, a little bit of pageantry.
I don't think you could throw the upweight here.
No?
No, I think we're...
You think we're peeling some guards?
Yeah, I think we're taking a trip to the peelers.
You don't think if you threw like a good normal down here, catch the outside of that blue, you could double them out over? You still leave the yellow in the back for someone to draw down to. If you know, you know. Is that a type of situation? Is this why I'm not Skip on our Thursday team? Or is there other reasons?
You're great.
Thank you. I've been waiting my whole life to hear that.
Om man tar båda, då spelar vi där på typ chappen. För bara hålla höjd i den du kommer med. Tar hon en här nu, då kan
Grace with the heat.
Great extension here. Good weight.
hon är nära på.
Looks like it might stick around, though, causing a bit of problems. Some granite moving, clearing things up, but that yellow does leave a bit of a guard in front of that blue on the top 4. Tricky position to be in.
Yeah, tough shot.
Gotta imagine that's a little bit of a miss here.
Firade jag igenom det liksom inte skitmycket. Ja. Jag gillade den isen du gav mig.
Ja, det var där.
Ja. Tyckte det kändes nice.
Sheet number 1 is also going the distance. I believe they're in an extra, or sorry, no, they're in the 8th. They're in an extra end here. And it appears as though the house is open. There's a slight backbiter for Yanagisawa. And there's a bit of a talk going. But we're back here to sheet 2 with Hasselborg doing her thing, looking to capture some more real estate in the 4-foot, possibly the button. And you know, there's only one team that could guarantee you real estate in the 4-foot, and that's Sales Realty Team.
Stu Sal's Realty Team. Let's do it. Triple gold, Anil Hasselborg gonna hook another one in here. We got a
final shout out to our wonderful ice staff who are making these sheets go the extra mile for extra ends.
Yeah, if you see Gord, buy him a beer.
Yeah, or Jeff or Kevin.
Gord needs
I'm not going
to
to play favorites.
No, we need Gord. Build him up.
He's a pretty good curler in his own right as well.
Oh.
Good sweeping here. A little bit of cleaning. Waiting, watching, ready to go. Broom's close to the rock. I think they're losing this one a bit, and I think it's going to be on that blue.
Yeah, late end. Everybody's coming off the sheet. You might see a little bit of frost coming in.
Well, you also lose all the body heat, and when you sweep like these people out here, you're definitely heating up the space.
That's why you wear a vest.
Gotta keep the wings cold.
You
don't want them to overheat.
You gotta wear the vest. Good opportunity here for Skip's deuce. Hopefully we can hook one in here and force a good shot.
And of course, we should mention that on sheet 3, which is to the right, there is no one. So as Mike was saying, there might be a little bit of frost creeping up. It might be a little bit cooler. On sheet 1, they're still playing deep in an extra end. So there's a little bit of dynamic there on the ice as well. I don't know about you, but I've been here late on a Thursday throwing some rocks, and everyone else is off the ice, and you're just waiting because the bell rule doesn't apply to get you off early, and the ice does definitely change when sheets have been off the ice for a while. A little bit of communication here from Team Armstrong about where they want to go.
I think we're talking about the weight right now, Kev. There's late in the night. Trying to see how much it's changed.
Big release here. Good rotation. Not much cleaning. Sweepers being reserved. Very demure. Coming in to finish strong. Let's see if we can get a bit of that 4-foot.
Come on, Hamstrong.
Come on, Armstrong. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
A little short. And that's going to complicate things a little bit here.
Yeah. I think probably just losing the ice a little bit here. Not the outcome that we wanted, but
I mean, we did start about 9:30. It is 12:30, almost 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. And for an 8-end game, that's probably running a little bit long. But there's also 3 sheets to the right off right now. So that changes temperature conditions a little bit. Another, as you would call it, Swedish House Mafia consult here.
That's it.
Nice overhead here. We can get a nice lay of the land. I think Hasselborg is looking to promote that blue a little bit, but considering coming down the other side to potentially take away that draw path and really limit or narrow that score zone. Either way, Mike, I think this is one of the things I always say is I'd rather be watching this shot than trying to make it.
Yeah.
Ja. Hur hittar vi dit då?
Finns det någon trippel jag skulle kunna lägga upp om jag skulle vara lång? Det är det ju. Jo, men typ så här, om jag skulle vara här då. Då är det ju. Nej, här skulle vi kunna lägga upp en trippel då.
Nej.
Och det känns nästan lättare.
Ja.
Eller vad tror ni?
Yeah.
Nej, det lät väl lättare så. Ja.
Fun conversation of what do you want to take away from the other team?
Well, I think it's one of those situations where you can't protect everything. You can try your best, but you're just choosing a little bit of what you think the other skip wants to throw and what they feel confident with. And when I was in here with them in the skybox with Matt discussing things, he was going through a little bit of his mental jujitsu on how he gets his team to perform. And I gotta think that that's not what happens at the pro levels, but here we are, and it looks like we're throwing a rock into the rings here. Is that what we're seeing? Like biting eight?
Looked like the conversation was a high guard, but
well, you do want to stop that run back on that yellow. Because that could be problematic, but it does look like there's 10 to 15 feet between those rocks, maybe even more. 20 feet is barely on the overhead camera. And I've thrown long run backs like that, and they're difficult.
Yeah.
But they're great when you hit them.
They are. Here comes a shot from Triple Gold.
Good release, good rotation, and lots of great communication at home. And if you started a drinking game, because I'm saying communication, I hope you're getting well and good. I think that run back is still there if they want to throw it.
It's only for one. So you're probably thinking about the draw, you're thinking about the tap, and then live to fight another end.
Based on this ice, I think they're going for the tap here. I think biting forefoot, front or back, both gets you the point here, forces an extra end. Tricky shot either way. Again, not a lot of real estate left on that forefoot. Only one team can secure it. The Stu Sells Realty team.
That's it.
A little bit of communication happening on the sidelines.
That's it.
For Team Hasselborg here.
Looks like we saw a conclusion over there on sheet one.
And I'm sure we'll get an update as to what happened. We're just going to have to refresh that browser and circle back to you. Great overhead shot here. A little bit of communication in the hack. Good release. Tracking that rock, watching that line.
Yeah, calling back eight right now. Looks like this rock's got to move.
Yeah. Someone's got to get on it for the curl. Might be a little thin. Let's see what happens here. Oh,
great try.
Rough try. And that's game. Hasselborg coming out ahead. Armstrong putting on a valiant effort, taking them to tacks, point for point.
Yeah,
wonderful curling for all. And I think we're going to cut to a commercial break here. Everyone on their edge of their seats can get up.
Oh, all the seat edgers. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, curling fans at High Park and sitting at home watching the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard at StuCurls.com. Look after the game. We're just up the road from High Park. Come to my house in the Junction, have a cocktail, have a late night snack, and talk about the game.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. And Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Welcome to the Stu Sales team's brand new listing. And you know what? You are not going to find condos like this in the city anymore. Because when they built these, they built them for living and size. This place is ginormous. It's not these little 800 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2-bath where you're jammed into it. Look at the space we have. Look at this gorgeous view we have of the Rosedale Valley Road and the Rosedale Valley. It's beautiful. So check it out. We've got 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Check out this beautiful den office space. You actually have a dining room where you can have dinner, not a little island here in your bar stool cramped in. Gorgeous large eating kitchen, ton of storage, 2 beautiful bathrooms. Check out this gorgeous parquet floor that has been stained in this beautiful dark stain. That's awesome. And you know what? Don't get me going on location. We are right at Yonge, just south of Bloor. There's Yorkville, there's the TTC, you can go up to Summerhill Market, you can head downtown to the East Center, Dundas Square, you can go down Rosedale Valley Road and get to Cabbagetown and get to the Bayview Extension and get onto the DVP. It's such a great location. So look, go to StuSales.ca, see all the photos, the videos, and give me Stu a call for a personal tour. Hey curling fans at High Park and sitting at home watching the Stu Sales Toronto Tankard at StuCurls.com. Look, after the game, we're just up the road from High Park. Come to my house in the Junction, have a cocktail, have a late night snack, and talk about the game. Hey Stu Sales team's followers, I am just finishing my coffee out here on this balcony of our brand new listing. Now look, I keep saying it. I'm going to say it again. The Bank of Canada is cutting interest rates. It is going to turn back to a seller's market. So you got to get in. And we are in this amazing condo that you can get into the market. We're $600,000. We're 2 bedrooms. We're a den. We're 2 bathrooms. Totally renovated. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to pick up a roller and paint. It's all been done. The den is a perfect home office. We have these gorgeous wide plank floors, brand new kitchen. The cabinetry is so cool. The grain of the wood actually follows itself. These sellers have taken a lot of time with detail, quartz counters, gorgeous walk-in glass shower in one of the bathrooms, stone floor, beautiful extra big master bedroom with a 4-piece ensuite, big walk-in closet. These owners built this huge storage unit, a ton of storage. We're in a great building. It's got a gym, party room, really nice amenities on the main floor. And you know what? Up and away. We're right at the Up Express in Weston. Look, go to StuSales.ca, see all the photos and videos, and give me Stu a call for a personal tour. Hey guys, thanks for watching the Stu Sales Toronto Tankard here at StuCurls.com. And all you fans and all you curling teams who are staying in the area, come up to Petty Fine Foods. Lots of great prepared food. You just throw in the oven, cook, eat, and go. And if you show your map card to Stefo, you're gonna get
a free espresso and a complimentary cannoli on the house.
Free! Free! So come on up.
4-letter magic word.
Hey, Stu Sales team's followers, we are here at our brand new listing, which is right behind me. We are bringing this gorgeous 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo to market. And you know what? I don't want to hear it any more from you people saying, oh, I can't get in the market. Everything's so expensive. We're bringing a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo to the market for $619,000. So you know what I always say? Stop flushing your money down the toilet and renting when you can buy and get into the market. It's gorgeous. It's got beautiful laminate floors, brand new kitchen, gorgeous bathroom, huge balcony that looks south Looks all over the city. It's a great view. It's got a ton of room. It's got an open concept living, dining area, eating kitchen. What more do you want in the market? And look, this park comes with it. You've got this park, you've got this tennis court, you've got an outdoor pool, you got a gym, you got a party room. It's like being a Club Med. So look, stop renting and get in the market. Go to stewsales.ca, see all the photos, the videos, and give me, Stu, a call for a personal tour.